That intro is gonna have to change soon.
Eventually, that theme is like the only good thing that came out of Gotchard. I mean, am I wrong?
No,
I think it's
no, you're not.
I think
wrong.
I've been getting more mileage out of that than BoonBoomger's getting mileage out of Sakito.
Oh, all right. You want to jump right into it, or do you want to like?
No, we gotta like simmer the pot. We gotta like slowly ease onto things. Mark said that he's out, even though last week he said, "No, I'm gonna be here," and then he was just like, "Nah, I'm gonna do some Valentine stuff," and I was just like, "I did that yesterday because I knew I was gonna stream today," and instead I just watched all of Cobra Kai last night. So, which was what we were kind of discussing, but no one spoiled Cobra Kai because Cloudy has not finished it yet. It's only been me and Ash. But all I gotta say is Cobra Kai never dies.
Listen, I love Cobra Kai. I'm very angry that one of the important scenes got spoiled to me at work today. But hey, you live and you learn. It is
definitely a show. It is definitely a really good show that stuck the landing. It's like, you know, after we watched Braveheart on Discord last week, that was also a show that stuck the landing. And now watching another show that stuck the landing, I'm just like, man, this is great. And then we saw BoonBoomger, and it's just like,
I got more out of 5 episodes of Braveheart than I did in all of Gotchard.
I mean, that's not hard. It's not hard at all. So it's not at all difficult in terms of that front. But yeah, that was definitely a thing. Just a slight programming note. Obviously, I know people have been hounding me. So much so that I've just been ignoring my comments section because I know people are asking me for videos. Where's that content, Zio? Even though I explain every time what's going on. And the thing is, Thursday was going to be that day that I was going to finally record. But then Windows Update decided to rear its ugly head. And I ended up having to spend all day trying to roll that back. But the script for that is completely done. BoonBoomger's like finale series script is all completely done. Tomorrow morning, after I get done working my second job, I will record both back to back and expect to die. So
nice.
That's how that's gonna go, because obviously I gotta be like up and ready, up and at 'em for Goes Uger right after, and then start catching up to the weeklies and all that good stuff. Like now that I found out from my second job I'm allowed to steal time, I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm going to leave this job after all.
Nice.
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, even though you can finish the job quickly, if it says it takes this long and I know you're doing the work, you can just go ahead and pad out the clock with how long it says it's estimated to do. And I was like, oh, you don't say.
With you being the guy who finishes things actually pretty quickly.
Yes. And with quality standards still met. So it's just like, okay, cool. I don't have to just stand around here like trying to pad out my time. I literally could just say I'm padded out my time, and then we're good to go there. So that's a fun thing. But yeah, out to that. How are you, Ash?
I am good. I also watched Cobra Kai on Thursday. I watched it as soon as I got home from work, and then I checked the clock and I was like, shit, it's nearly like 10 p.m. But apart from that, I've just been working. I've got some videos on the way. I worked on last night Rogue Sun Explained in 5 minutes. And Power Rangers Prime Issue 4 solicitations went out this morning. So I've read that, and I'll probably work on that this week, along with Radiant Black Issue 31. But yeah, apart from that, I also stayed up until 1 a.m. to watch Dragon Ball Daima.
Ooh. Oh, did you see the new transformation?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
That's sick.
I saw it via Geekdom's fucking thumbnail.
Oh.
That's how I found out.
Wait, did he spoil it in his thumbnail?
Yeah,
He had it like a non-spoiler one for like 5 hours, and then after like a couple of hours, it was a spoiler thumbnail.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I just went on YouTube almost right before the stream, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, "Okay, all right." Well, I mean, I've been keeping up with Daima at all, so the art style really was just a turn off point for me. So
I'd say it's pretty good, actually. It's pretty all right.
Cloudy, how are you? You've been gone for a while.
Not sick. For once. Also
Not braving the weather.
No.
That's another one.
Yeah. By the way, it's been snowing like crazy in New York. Like actually insanely bad. It is. The weather here sucks. It sucks so bad that yesterday I had to stay in the parking lot at work because the power poles they fell down. So the power was gone for about a good 6 hours.
Nice.
Well,
expect more next week because apparently there is a very large cold front hitting again next week.
I'm not leaving my house next week. So anyway, yeah, I don't intend to. I made I didn't make, but today I had to deal with a 50-year-old man who cried, over the phone to me specifically. It was, terrible. I told him his business was doomed, and he did not like that.
Was it Elon Musk?
No. I wish.
You said 50-year-old man, and I'm like, isn't he like 50, 53, something like that?
He's in his 50s. He's like, I don't know. I thought it was 54, but yeah.
I feel like Elon's that. Oh shit! I can't talk shit about Elon. He might come for me. I was about to say. I feel like he's just gonna come in like, "Howdy do, fellow kids," with the skateboard.
Listen, you don't mess with big money man Elon Musk.
I can't do that. Won't do that. Too late. I already did it. I can see the red dot coming for me. The Doge is coming through.
Oh god.
All right. So first things first, I spent money this week.
What you buy?
Hey, what's up?
The Clear Drive driver. I saw it on Tokullectibles, and I was just like, in stock? What? Bought. Used the promo code Zio. Zio until I check out.
Oh.
I'll be getting that on Tuesday. But then one of my pre-orders came in earlier this week, and how do I say this? I don't like it.
Is this another buyer's remorse?
So, Ash, don't you have the Memorial Oja Caliber?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Cloudy, don't you also have the Memorial Oja Caliber?
One?
How you feel? How you feeling about it?
I hate it, but that's beside the point. I'm not using it.
I mean, mine's still in the box.
Well, so the thing is, I got the Memorial Oja Caliber 0 here.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I expected it to be bigger.
Oh. Yeah, that's really it. You're just like, I thought it would be bigger.
So this is the thing. It's like, what, like, Cloudy, I know you're a sword aficionado yourself,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have most of them.
Yeah, so the thing is just like, you whip that out compared to the other blades you got. Isn't it dinky?
Yeah, it's actually, hold on, give me 1 sec. So I actually have a sunglass sword, like, around here somewhere.
Yeah, but you don't turn on your camera, so that's not going to help us at all.
No, it's to help me. So it's like, hold on. Okay.
We're going to have to visually pretend what we're saying.
Yes, BRB using imagination since no pics.
Okay, my bad. Sorry. Okay, so if you look at the two, like, you know the sunglass sword, the Memorial Edition? Like, Zio, hold yours up for comparison. Okay. see how like that extends to like a little past Zio's forearm? If that was the Sunglass sword, it wouldn't fit on the screen.
Well, I mean, for obviously I can't hear y'all right now, but Garo can.
Yeah,
Garo can.
exactly.
This is
Well, that is
this is
kinky.
sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Look how long that Garo Ken is. Even the hilt is larger.
Tell me, Zio, is this your buyer's
Satin
remorse? Are you
saber.
remorse?
You know, and I hate to say this, since this is one of my buyer's remorses of a couple years ago, but even the power sword,
Yeah.
the power sword is better than this in terms of size comparison.
Yeah,
Is that the
it's about it.
Hasbro one or the Bandai one?
The Hasbro one, I thought, right? Zio, that's the Hasbro one, right?
Yeah, that's that Lightning Collection
Yeah,
one.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sword is just like slightly bigger than the dagger. I keep forgetting the name of it, but the Spider Kumino's, the Kumino Slayer.
Hmm.
The thing is, it's like I started looking at like screenshots of the show, specifically like where like Rita would be holding it down like that and trying to compare it. And I'm like, this isn't show accurate. This is actually smaller than the show's prop. Because I had to look up like Rita's actress's height and then started like doing some quick superimposition just to see. And I was like, nope, it doesn't line up.
Damn.
So I was highly disappointed by it.
How does that make you feel?
Terrible. Especially since the audio quality on it is also shit.
So how does that regret taste?
Given that it's technically my first purchase of the year, it is abysmal.
Oh.
Yeah, Orb's right. When I got home the day that it arrived, I was on Discord and I got on camera to showcase off the opening of it. Only like 2 people were in the VC chat, but after a while, I legit just got upset and just chucked it.
Just chucked it?
Yeah, just chucked it.
Why don't you at least give it to your kid or something, you know?
That's $200.
But you just chucked it.
Yeah, still, that's $200. Technically, like $245, something like that. But
I mean,
Man.
what are you gonna do with it? You're gonna put it on your wall to look at and be angry about?
yes, like I had the power sword up on the wall for 2 years straight. What are you talking about? Even disappointments go on the wall. It's like when your kid does a very ugly drawing, but you still put it up on the refrigerator. You know it's ugly, but it's just like, yeah, look at what you did. It's good stuff. That's how I feel about these buyer's remorse.
Oh, okay. So how much was the clear drive driver after taxes and shit? 200-ish?
Nah, it was only
Or
like
like
140.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was cheap. I was surprised by how cheap it was. It was only like $15 more than the regular like super best driver.
Oh.
So I was like, shit, I already had the super driver in my cart from the last stream. I didn't check out with it, but then seeing this one, I was like, get that shit out my cart. Let me get this clear one.
It's $165 on tokullectibles right now. That's all I was saying. Damn. Or was it on sale?
Let me see. I could be misremembering, but even then, that's still cheap.
No, I would agree. I was just like, how do you get yours cheaper?
I just know that it was not that much more than the super best one that got reissued out.
Ooh, they finally have the Fize Edge back in stock. Ooh.
It never went out of stock.
Here. Yeah, but I never decided to get this thing, so.
Well. All right. So that's buying stuff talk. That is just
Before
there.
I become Zio, I gotta check out how big this thing actually is. Hold on.
Well, you guys have sword comparisons. I'm going to run downstairs and get a drink.
No
All right.
That's actually pretty Yeah, that's substantial.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the second I unboxed it, it was like a look of like, am I looking at the right thing? Why does this thing look small? And then I had to bring it downstairs just to check through. Like the people that were on Discord at the time technically got a house tour of me just walking like down
Through
the
your
hallway
house.
and down the stairs and all that stuff, getting to my office space down here, and then just like comparing it and just being like, no, just a complete disappointment. It was,
It was literally just one of those moments. Where it's like, wait, that's it? Oh,
I was so upset, so upset. Let me see. Blah blah something here for $5. $5 going towards my make me feel better about this purchase fund. Maybe that's the difference between a Memorial Edition weapon versus a CSG weapon. Well, I don't know, because the CSG, sure, but that Satin Saber was a Tamashi Labs one. And of course, the Power Sword is Hasbro, so they're all completely different from each other in terms of like their manufacturing process.
The only other sword that I think, don't quote me on this one, that Bandai has put out for Sentai so far, other swords, apart from the Sandglass and stuff like that, that's a blade, not a curved blade, is like
the
Deca Master
Master,
Sword.
right? Oh,
I was going to say
D-Sword
Deca
Vega.
Master Sword.
Yeah, the D-Sword Vega.
Do you have that one?
I don't have it yet, actually.
Oh, but the thing is, you said you got the Sandglass sword, and that is also a Memorial Edition, and that's you said that's larger.
Is big. Yeah, that is huge.
So I don't think it's really based off of the edition in itself. I really do think that there was
because I have the regular Sunglass sword. It is a good what is it, 6 inches larger.
No, I want to get the Memorial Sandglass years later.
Oh no, the definitely got the Memorial, but I haven't had both. But I it stands quite a bit bigger than the actual original.
Now the thing is, since I was eyeing getting some of the Seiken swords from Saber, and I know, Cloudy, you are a connoisseur of said swords.
Yes.
How does it compare to the Memorial Ojicalibur in terms of size?
Bigger. They're about the same size as the Sunglass sword, except like maybe 2 inches slightly bigger because they have a pointed tip at the end.
And those are also Memorial editions.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, case closed. It's just a case of.
I have the Falchion one, like right next to the Sunglass sword, so I can see the size comparison. It's basically the same size.
Oh man, the disappointment. We'll see if I purchase anything that's going to be more disappointing than that, but I think that is my my big one for right now.
I was actually kind of curious, why did they make it so small? Because like they made the it's the CXF or the DX whatever the fuck, the DX Kimono Slayer, right? Mm-hmm. That's actually pretty big. Like if you factor in like the size of the actual toy, the prop itself, it's pretty close to the exact same size. So like a CSG of like a Memorial of that would only be so much larger. So I don't understand like why the King Swords couldn't be bigger. Unless you tell me the King Swords are that small in the show. They seem pretty big in the show. They seem like the size of like Saber's swords.
Yeah, they definitely look, and they are much bigger in the show. Like I said, I went ahead and just looked at when Rito was holding that to the ground in one of the earlier episodes, and was just like, yeah, this prop is not 1-to-1 accurate with the size of what they had in the show. Unless
Rita's super short. Is that what you're telling me?
No, because even then, looking at the height comparison of the actress to the blade, and then taking an official picture of the Memorial and putting it side by side, scaling it, and then measuring it to mine. No, it's shorter.
Yeah. You think that's they did that on purpose, and they might release like a CSG of like the swords?
I will hate Bandai even more than I already do. Because then if you start going the route of like we're releasing DXs, Memorials, and then CSGs of the exact same thing, then you kind of kill the purpose of a Memorial. And then more people are going to be like, then why aren't y'all releasing all of your weapons under this line than this other line? Which once again, it doesn't make any sense, because if the Memorials waver in terms of quality and size difference, because like you're saying, the Sandglass sword is much bigger than that, and making it properly show accurate, then
it's also really
something came up with this. Something came up with this. And once again, the audio is very muffled for that because the speakers are kind of buried and they got like 4 small holes to actually release the sound from a front-facing speaker, but then the holes are facing to the bottom. So you've got very noticeable, terrible audio quality where it just sounds very muffled and very low volume compared to everything else that I have.
So on a rating from like 1 to 10 on like how bad of a
3.
no. Up is so I guess 7. No, we're going up with how bad it is. Like 10 would be the absolute worst thing I ever bought.
I take everything I said about the Zillion driver
Yes.
back because that is some shit.
Really?
Zillion driver, I forgive you. Zillion driver was my buyer's remorse of last year.
Yeah, but the other thing is Zillion driver was like that was like the thing you're like, oh, I'm so hyped for this is gonna be so good because you already had the other one. And you're like, now it's gold and red. Yeah, let's go.
But then it's just like the quality is definitely diminishing returns from what we have here. But otherwise, in comparison to that shit, that like that's quality. That is top tier quality in comparison to that OG caliber.
On the bright side, look at it this way: you got your buyer's remorse out in the beginning of the year.
You say that it might get worse. I don't know.
At least you didn't like what? Did you buy like the BoonBoomger like thing that's coming out? Are you planning on buying that?
You're talking about the Boom Boom X?
Yeah.
That comes with the
No. The Boom Boom crossover like a little changer with the.
Oh, you better believe I'm gonna get that one. It's got the right color scheme. Excited for that one. It's probably my first crossover thing. I'm actually like, that looks good.
I just want to hear the sound effects work because I actually do like the way it looks.
So,
not starting out a great year, right?
Yeah, it's not
it can
so
only
great.
go up. Hey, at least it can only go up.
We could see, maybe
Unless
when
the clear driver,
imagine they release, a memorial Tegazord with the Gozu stuff, and then it's worse quality than the DX.
I just bought the memorial shadow phone while we were talking.
Nice. Oh, that reminds me, Ash. You reminded me.
All right, that's up.
I've got to get that Go. I've got to get those Go Geiger weapons real quick.
Buying it. Use promo code ZOAGITO at checkout just so I can get credit for it.
Wait, you have a promo code?
Yes, I've been affiliated with Tokullectibles for like a month now, Cloudy. Get with the times.
I haven't been here in a month. I've been gone for a month. Blame that New York snow. Jesus Christ.
The features where it seem really cool, like it's rechargeable batteries and stuff like that.
Ooh, they learning from Fies.
Oh.
Trying to find it real fast. New pre-orders. There it is.
What is he looking at again?
Memorial Shoto phone.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, I skipped over that.
Yeah, no, I gotta get that. Gots to get it.
Yeah, it's only $125. It's not bad.
It's 200 Australian, but it's $70 for the shipping. But I'm fine with that. Like I'm fine with paying that much. I'm not getting the Boon Boon axe. That's way too much. That's like 400 Australian plus shipping with how big the box would be.
Where is Is that even out for pre-order yet?
The Shadow phone?
No, the Boon Boon axe.
Yeah, it's been out since last week when the finale went live. That's when they dropped it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I pretty much pre-ordered a lot of things recently, especially since the mobile rights is available for pre-order yet again.
You can get Sakito's jumpsuit.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Hooray!
The hell is this?
200 for the jacket, 144 for the trackies.
Ain't feeling it.
In US, 90, 125.
Yeah.
All right. No, go ahead.
No, nothing. I was just looking for the axe. I
was about to say, so before diving, head first into what we got with BoonBoomger, let's talk about Gavu real fast. because
It's amazing. It's fantastic.
It's
Found
picked up
it.
the pacing. It did much better than the previous episode before it, because I did feel that the previous episode with Bitter Gav's introduction was probably the most Frankenstein episode, and pacing that just seems very nonsensical, especially for what we've gotten in the show. This one fixed things dramatically. The pacing was much better.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely know that he's just living in Suga's lab.
Yep.
And
Lore.
we
got more lore backstory.
We did. So really in a lot of the aspects, so they did pick up on that. We like Vlam Laki is not trusting Suga whatsoever.
Yep.
Though he made the mistake of going down there, but it kind of like oust some more information to Suga, specifically about Lakia.
And the characters are not dumb, which is I love that.
That is the best part about it, is definitely the sheer understanding of each of the characters, realizing everything going on, because Laki is like, of course that wasn't like Shoma. He had a whole different Gavu to begin with. Like that's an organ. You can't just change your organ's color like that.
Yeah.
So I know it's not him. Hanto didn't realize all that. And then and you have Sachika probably winning, like, you
Best
better
girl
keep that.
of the
You
year.
better put a ring on that award, because
Yeah.
really good.
I mean, we know there's like a romance brewing with that, and obviously best girl for sure of the show.
Quick question: how much is the soda phone in USD, so I can add it to Toku?
125.
Yes, 125.
Okay, so I've been working on my.
I'm adding the axe. It's $80 payments. Hold on.
I thought about doing that, like adding the axe into payment plans.
The problem
Maybe
is you got the size though.
The payment plans for the Shoto phone is actually not bad. It's like $31 every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's not
I
bad at all.
didn't get offered a soda payment plan. I got offered like deposit or put
If you put in like full payment and you look down at the bottom where it says buy with shop pay.
Oh, okay, shop pay. That's how that works.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It
Promo
says
code.
it'll automatically take out the money every 2 weeks from whatever account you have on file with them, which is also the same checkout method that they already use on tokullectibles. So yeah, it's just on there.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, since you're affiliate now, will you be receiving stuff? I hope. Good luck.
We'll see. It depends on how many people use the promo code. Essentially, it's like there's no discount that's offered on it, but if there's
They'll show
enough
the traffic, right?
yes, depending on how the traffic goes, there might be like perks in the future. We'll see. It's a new program that they literally just rolled out, so they're still working out a lot of the kinks, and they're trying to see who the heavy hitters are when it comes to the promo code usage. And I figure I talk about toys enough and almost weekly on this thing that might as well.
With Mark.
Looking at a lot of people's Instagrams and social media, they have reached out to like the people who talk about toys and that in the fandom and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Stream.
Yep.
So,
Well,
they
the thing
know
is,
that
since the email that I use for tokullectibles is not the same email that I use for YouTube, so that's why I personally reached out to them, just saying it's like, I know you guys can see how much I've spent with y'all with this account, but I'm actually this guy on YouTube and that type of shit. So,
Gotcha. All right. So before that comment goes away,
well, I was about to do the sound effect for the comment.
gotcha.
Gene for $5 says Suga revealing that he's here to investigate and fuck things up and crash out all in the name of science. He literally said, I'm here to fuck around and find out. That was like the best part of that episode.
He has no allegiance to anyone except for his own experimentation.
Which makes me wonder, like, was he speaking out his ass when he was talking to Hanto for the first time, where he was essentially saying, I hate the Granoots too, and I just want to see them all dead. And it's just like, but you've been working with Nirab this whole time. So it's like, were you just trying to, like, buy favor with Hanto? Yeah, just so he can win things over. Like, these scientist types, it's like, you never really know what they're fully thinking. And sometimes they won't tell you until, like, near the end, when they're just, like, out here salivating at the fact that they've reached their magnum opus.
I love it because it's like it's making the earlier episodes and scenes with him even better.
Well, that's the thing. Even when I was like when I was first like looking at these scientist types, they were my favorite aspect of this show. They had the biggest potential because when you start throwing in competing scientists, you start getting into like that chaotic neutral perspective of things because they're just essentially conducting warfare with each other for the sake of just furthering their experiments.
Which means you get an upgrade, you get an upgrade, you get an upgrade, even if you don't need one.
Yes, when they see someone else get an upgrade, it's just like, well, he did that. Well, I got to do this.
Exactly.
Because in talking with some folks on Discord regarding this, it's like, okay, so he took Shoma's Gochizos and then developed a writer system that could utilize it. Okay, that's great. And then Nirub took those notes, made a writer machine, but then he made his own Gochizos from scratch, essentially. And then Suga just looked at that and said, well, what if I make essentially the source of just making Gochizos? So then I don't even need that original source anymore. I've got my own on here.
And
so it's just like
his own dark chocolate versions.
Yeah, exactly. He can just produce his own thing, which makes me think it's like, how is Nirub going to one up that once he finds out about Bitter Gavu?
Yeah.
Well, there is one thing about Bitter Gavu that I just don't fully grasp yet, and this was something that I have in my my review of it, and maybe it might age like milk. I don't know, but the thing is, like, so if he cloned Shoma,
yeah,
shouldn't that clone have gotten Shoma's like dinky Gavu, the one that he was actually born with? Because the one that he has now was a modification done by Dente.
Well, there's nothing saying that like Shuga wouldn't be able to modify whatever like fake one he got.
He did this in a day.
Yeah, see, here's the thing.
He made a clone in a day, and then you also want me to believe that not only did he make the clone in a day, but then he also modified his Gavu to be the Gavu that he currently has.
All right, so can we just
in a day?
Hold on, can we say one thing real quick? That still is the number one thing that bothers me. He made that clone in one day. He cloned Shoma in one day. Like, can we just?
Well, and I see chat. Look, I figured that Nader probably shared Dente's notes on Shoma anyway, but still, in a day, this happened in like a day,
less than 24 hours. Because I saw those cells on his screen.
Exactly, and in that same episode, we get Bitter Gavu.
Yeah,
with full dark Gavu and everything.
Yep. Oh, right. So, other thing before we move on to Bitter Gavu ranting, potentially, one thing I really like was that even though Hanto punched Shoma, like obviously because he got emotional, he was at least like lucid enough to understand that, like, yeah, I kind of fucked up. I'm sorry about that. Like, if thinking back on it, there's no way you would have done any of these things. You know what I mean? Like, you just use logic and reasoning.
So yeah, it's definitely a very interesting perspective on that front. But we'll see how they explain it, if they do explain it, because I do feel that Bitter Gavu's introduction is probably the most rushed thing this show has done.
It's definitely the worst thing I think the show has done, for sure. Not like the character itself, but like how quickly like we have it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it seems a little fast paced.
I mean, there's other theories that I start laying out in the review for it, but yeah, there's that's still like the very glaring problem that I have with it. But otherwise, like, once again, that was a very muddy rollout of the character. But this latest episode was still really good because Hanto also after Sachika pretty much locks him out and says, "You done fucked up." Maybe Shoma just wanted to like deal with this on his own, and also like, have you not hung out with this guy for like the last 4 months? You should know that the way that he acts doesn't line up with how this guy acts at all. Like, why would it suddenly be like weird?
Exactly.
And then he does reach out, and it's kind of weird because, you know, as Shoma's going around, everybody's just like, "Hey, that's the guy that beat up that old lady. That's that guy that beat up that dude from the ramen truck." And then they're casually just talking on top of a building with people there, and ain't nobody there going like, "Hey, that's that guy that beat up that old lady."
Yeah.
No one brings it up. even though they all look at him when Hanto gets too emotional in terms of his talking piece.
Yeah.
But it's nice to at least for him to have the realization that technically his initial outing with Shoma and just admitting that he wants all the Grindu gone is part of the reason why Shoma was holding back the whole truth.
Yeah, and I like how he gave him the whole truth, even when he. Can we get to can I say the end part?
Yeah.
Even at the end, when Shoma like recalls his past, he's not afraid to tell Hanto about it. Because like when I saw him get those memories back of like what happened to Hanto's mom, I thought immediately Shoma was not gonna say anything, at least or think about it for a while. But he immediately just like went to Hanto. Was like, hey, yeah, I know what happened to your mom.
And that's the thing. It's like those scenes go by very rapid pace to the point that I'm like, there's not really too much here. The biggest thing is it's like she's falling into a vat of what I can only assume is a dark candy.
Yeah, I assume that's
based off the color scheme.
Yeah, it's probably like what the big vat that turns humans into dark candy, maybe.
Well, this is before they started classifying humans, so them just throwing them into the mixture would make sense for the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, which reminds me. But yeah, I feel like the thing is like Dark Gavu's introduction was like a rough part, but everything that happens around it, like everyone's reactions to it, that was really well handled. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like that was planned perfectly fine.
I did not know this. So apparently Hanto's actor saying the director said that his acting was like that of a married man getting cheated on.
Oh my god, don't the shippers, dude. You know how many shippers there are for sure?
Chill, it's Valentine's Day. God. They'd ship it even harder.
Exactly.
Maximum, even though Sachika's still best girl in the show.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody want to do wrong by Sachika. She out here defending this man. Even after having the revelation, she's just like, I'll tell you, dumbass. Like, look at it. Look at it.
How awesome Sachika is. It's like, when she finds out Shoma's getting beat up, her first reaction is, I'm going to get my bat. We going to go beat them up. Yep. When she finds out this man's getting bad publicity, she's like, listen, hide under low cover. We'll find out who's actually doing this. We'll find out the lookalike. It's like, at no point does she not believe in this man. It's great.
But yeah, like pacing's still good, and definitely the next episode. I do like looking at these episodes like back to back. They're not really doing full on 2 episode arcs anymore. Like I guess they wavered a little bit. Like we are getting like a granute of the 2-week period, but they've gone back to at least being a bit more narrative driven to the point that that's not the entire focus anymore. So that's a plus because they were definitely doing that for the Hanto arc of it all, but for everything dealing with Lakia afterwards, they've gone back to the formula that they had before then, which is a net positive, I'll say. So, anything else on Gavu before we start diving deep on them boomgers?
No.
All right.
Good.
I will quickly just say around the room, Ash, did BoonBoomger stick the landing for you?
I felt like I felt it was an alright ending. I'm not going to feel like completely satisfied like Cobra Kai, but that stuck the landing and did a triple backflip and still landed. But I feel like it came to a nice conclusion. Some bits felt weird, and I got really mad at the end because I misread the subtitles. But then I thought, okay.
What did you misread on the subtitles?
I thought they won the race off screen. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I thought that too for a second.
I was like, do they skip the entire race? But no, they're just like running into it. It was just about to start it.
Yeah.
Which, if we're getting the crossover movie, then they probably are going to win the race off screen. I'm guessing. Maybe. Who knows?
It'll be post race, like they just got finished beating the race, and then I will really hate that. Like that is the opportunity, sadly, in my biggest fears for them to have a Toei Tokusatsu like fun club,
fun
where
club.
they just Yeah.
B cinema. Yeah,
Oh my god.
absolutely.
No.
Because like I said, do you know how many like car Sentais they could bring back with like only a couple of them? But do you know how many like fun races you could do with that?
Oh no,
Anyway,
we talked about it.
Yeah.
No, we did. And
but
the thing that I hate is like if you go to that final scene where you see the BBG and all the cars there, they made new models just to be there. It's not just the Boom Boom cars are there. They made new models, but none of them are representative of any past Sentai, which I was highly disappointed. That would have been the time. That would have been the time.
They didn't even put Speedor in there, and they have the PNG for that.
Yeah. Even like in the base, they had like the rims of the tires, and they had.
Yet they never acknowledged it.
They they fucking never did. But
even though they ran into one of them, and it's just like, hey, we have your steering wheel in the basement, but we don't know about you though. They're like, that's the worst part. But we don't know about you. Who's this man? Is this your man's?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the ending for BoonBoomger was all right. I mean, not the worst ending, not the best ending. I feel it was a all right ending. Somewhere in the middle.
Cloudy, did it stick the landing for you?
It was like a gymnast, much like Ash said. But on landing, they kind of like rolled their ankle, and then obviously they fell a couple times, and bruised their knees, and then obviously then it's just a crying mess. Yeah, it wasn't that great. I'm not gonna lie. It was very disappointing. It fell flat for me, like a lot.
Now,
should I go into detail or no?
I mean, we'll go into detail on specific things as we start getting to it. But look, chat, I will agree. Godchard still had the worst ending. Definitely the worst ending. Like you can't. It'd be a task, probably even a skill set to be able to surpass that level of shitty ending.
Godchard
has the worst. Try to make a bad ending.
Exactly. You got to be going out of your way to fumble the ball that hard.
Godchard has the worst ongoing ending because they still have to do the graduation special.
Yes, but
don't remind me.
To be not to be fair, but just in general, no. It's like Godchard's ending is like one of those things where it's just like, yeah, this was ethereally bad. Like you could not get worse than this unless you were actively trying to make a bad show.
So for me, I think the only part that really landed for me of the finale was the children actually cheering for the Boomgers and going out of their way to show their support on there. Because that's something that I personally thought that they were going to do in Godchard, where you would start seeing that the kids that got helped out would eventually come to their aid towards the end. And we got that with BoonBoomger. And honestly, like it was a cute moment of them actually like cheering on and that being kind of like the positive gasoline that gets channeled into Bungerio, thus reviving him, even though a MacGuffin it is nonetheless, especially after Ty did everything. But everything else felt lackluster.
I love his cheer, like his little his like pump up when he came back, that was nice.
Because there's multiple different things in here that are just not good. First of all, they decided to throw in the backstory for Grants and Wildspinder in the finale. Y'all had time. Y'all had time to actually flesh out these characters. We didn't need the soccer episode, but y'all felt the need to actually flesh out these characters right before they were about to die. And not even then, like it was a rush fleshing out. We got some backstory. Like we actually got Wildspinder's backstory here. And it's just like, if you wanted to humanize this character, y'all should have done it ages ago. Not when you're literally already holding the death flag. He's already holding it. Yeah. Usually you give a backstory and then that alludes to having a death flag. You don't already have it up in the air. And it's just like, but let me tell you about my backstory. That's just really bad writing, especially going through two characters on the bad side at once.
Oh, then let's get to the finisher, like how they concluded the fight.
No. Let's talk about the fight in itself, because I had an issue with where it took place. Because I don't know about y'all, but it seems very awkward to have a final fight in a regular ass park in a sunny afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Where you could still see in the background, they had one of those ball catching nets. Like, this is the most awkward final battle. They literally were just like, yeah, we're just going to film in this park over here. Really?
Yeah.
You don't want to do it in like the quarry? You don't want to do it in a green screen set? Anything like that? No, we're just going to do it in this park. Yeah, we're just going to do it in this park.
They could have did it in Rainbow Road. That would have been great.
They did it in the most awkwardly placed. Like, it could have even been like in the middle of like a cityscape or something like that. They could have had the fight in front of the people without them looking through screens. And that would have felt more impactful than just doing it in a goddamn park.
Yep.
So that's really bad on that front. And then it's like, yes, we do have Bunjiro come back in time for the final roll call, because as everybody's getting their ass handed to them, which, by the way, so Grant dies, but because he leaves his item behind, that manages to suck up the gasoline. And that's how Wild Spender, even though he lost his monkey and shouldn't be able to access gasoline anymore, he uses Grant's weapon to essentially capture gasoline, even though it doesn't make any sense, because technically, now that we know that the gasoline is actually captured based off of their little side animal thing, and it was not his side animal, but his weapon, his umbrella thing, that didn't make sense. But okay, all right, last episode logic. That's how he gets the gasoline to be able to put up a front against the Boomgers, take them down, almost finish them, until the cheering brings Bunjiro in, and they're able to finally do a final roll call with helmetless scene and all that stuff. But that fight that they have right after, oh boy, that didn't even happen. They had no real final fight. They all tapped Taya and Bunjiro's shoulders after going through that long transformation sequence. They just tap him in the back, almost like he had a champion's jacket, but he didn't. And they beat him with a double punch.
I'm not gonna lie, this was so disappointing. Like, I don't even need a mecha fight for the final fight, but at least something, like show the team like actually like struggling or working and putting the effort in. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It really fell flat, especially when they go through the whole. They didn't finish him for the sole sake of like, well, you got to get your comeuppance, so let's try and do this together. Bunjiro still trying to go with like, we'll do this together and make up for things that way. Only for Wild Spinner to say, nah, I'm dying anyway, and then just turns to sand. We got the message of several episodes ago that when these life forms die, they turn to sand. Bunjiro took like 3 days. Wild Spindler did it in a matter of seconds. What?
Maybe because you tried. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, that's the part that I'm like baffled at. It's like they had enough time. Like, Bunjiro had enough time to get shot in the chest, shrink down, get wheeled in to like something, and still take days to depreciate. Some people might say, well, because Taya was working on him. Everything that I just mentioned had to happen first. While Wild Spindler, still in the middle of a sentence, fades out. It's not like his lights went out and then he faded. It's very awkward. Very awkward at that.
Yeah.
So then afterwards, everyone gets arrested. Essentially, yes, they ousted everyone. So ISA boss is out. Cheetah Bay is in. Mm-hmm. Everybody was in on it because the lady that was working with the chief of the ISA was also trying to get the down and dirty scoops on him. And the head of Lightning Tech, Naito Raida, got arrested. Even seeing Taya in prison, he's just like, don't see me anymore. Don't want this.
It only hurts both of us.
Yeah. Only for when all is said and done, they're like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and follow our dreams. We're going to go to the BBG with everyone. Asterisks.
Except Sakito.
Except this guy. This guy here decided, like they were like, look, man, you're the best of us. You were you were the best of us. You were like the guy in the team. So because of that, look, we're gonna leave you on this planet by yourself to save everyone. So I get the boom boom cars. Now we're gonna take those to space because we got a race. Okay, but just in case someone does show up, can I get a boom boom jacket so I can challenge? Yeah, we're taking the jackets. We didn't have fabric for you, but we took a promo shot together. That was a promo shot. That jacket wasn't real. It was via your imagination. So we're gonna go to space. We're gonna take your homie Boon as well because he wanted to be in this, right? Right? You gave him the go ahead too. Yeah, I gave him the go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna take him too. Oh wait, you want to stay behind? All right. I guess birds of a feather. Yeah. Then all right. You can go. So well, now that you got him, you don't need any of these BBCs. We're gonna take all these BBCs and take them to the BBG. All right. Bye. And that's it. I was like, wow.
Hopefully Ty left them with, his credit card and the house maybe.
I can't wait for them to return and see the foreclosure. It's like, what happened? Look, I needed money. You only left me the house, but I needed money, so I bid the house. What about 119? Well, the show forgot about 119. So what are you talking about? Like,
also, they took the line.
They took the convoy with them. Like, they literally took everything with them. They left them with nothing. Boon was like the only homie that was just like, look, I'm gonna stay with you. All right, bet. And all they get left behind is like one stack of curry. That's it. Like, that's not gonna last the entire time.
It's a fridge full.
They'll go through that in a single day. What are you talking about?
Plus, Boon cooked his own at the end. He can make that.
It won't taste the same. It won't taste the same. My only hope is that Shirabe, in her loneliness, decides to hook up with Boon, and then when Bunjiro shows up, he's gonna be like, "I expected this," and cheer them on.
Yeah,
because he's very Ash Ketchum on things, being oblivious to someone that actually likes him right in front of him.
Misty.
Yes. While Boon just gonna slide on in, just right there.
What if it's finally maybe what's his name gets her? Whatever his name is over there.
Gets who?
Shirabe. What's the other human? The non-robot.
Oh, the other one from the ISA?
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
Oh, okay.
So looking at the chat here, it looks like 54% shows no, that BoonBoomger did not stick the landing on that one. To 45, still relatively close. But let me give it a little step further. Okay, so in terms of this series as a whole, how would you rank it? Because, of course, when I do my series review, I average out every episode to give my final scoring. That doesn't mean that justifies my final feelings for the show, because obviously when you look at the show as a collective, it'll likely be objectively different than looking at the individual episodes and then doing an average like I do for mine. So, Cloudy, how would you rank the series as a whole?
Letter grade or number grade?
You can do number just if it would be easier.
Okay, I'll do letter grade then. I would give this show a C. Like, I wouldn't even go as far as to give it like a C minus or C plus, because I don't think the show is inoffensive. Like, in certain ways, like, I think the show is very much just average, like, for the most part. Like, I wouldn't go as far as to say C plus, because I didn't think, like, for as many exciting things. You know what? Actually, I will give it a C plus, because you know what? They had live action gun fu. Like that gunfight scene was pretty good. So they had a few good scenes in there. Like, overall, I think the show was just kind of mid. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't amazing either. But it wasn't like, forgettable in the same way like, another show that I won't mention is. So I'm gonna go with like a C plus. Yeah.
Okay, Ash, what would be your letter grade for this season?
So I'm between a C plus or a B minus because I fell on and off with BoonBoomger. I watched the first 20 or so episodes. I fell off it after a while. Like it was a show that I would binge. I would watch every week. Watched it up to like maybe episode 25 ish, week to week. Then I fell off it. Then I fell on it, and then I came back during the finale arc. So the show, like, although like it was pretty good serialized from some points, but that's because probably we were watching. I wasn't watching, but Gotchard wasn't the only thing there to compare with at the time, like you said before. But I feel like that, like apart from the episodes, the characters also were a lot of fun. Like the Team Rocket Tree or the Gooner Squad, as they call themselves in the subtitles,
Yep.
the Goons. I love them too. They're the best. But yeah, I want to say like maybe like a C plus, B minus, because like not all the episodes like hit for me, in my opinion. Like even though I didn't watch all the episodes each week, a lot of the episodes I skipped around until I watched like the main essential episodes you need to watch.
Real quick, Jean again here saying that Shida Bay has a changer. She can help Sakito. No.
No. Wait. Oh, didn't they have extra changes and just not decided to use them at one point?
Yes. That's the entire thing. That's why I'm just like, this is like, ever since they introduced the extra changes, this was like the dumbest thing ever.
Mm. What color do you think Shirabe would take?
White.
What I mean, out of the ones that exist.
Oh, I was thinking white just because it would match with Bundy's color scheme. I mean, not Bundy, but Bunrio's. Like that's his main body color would be white.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she could probably just be new red.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So Zero, I guess you're let it grade.
I
know you're
not going to reveal it. But I will say this. I'm thinking of calling my review for the show a recent forgettable season, because I do feel that BoonBoomger is going to be one of those Sentai seasons that will just be forgettable. No one's going to go back to it. Like, not a lot of people are probably going to go back to it to revisit it. I haven't seen a lot of outpouring online for like when I was reviewing Dom Bros or King Oger and seeing like the fanfare on other social media sites of people going like, I'm really going to miss these characters. I'm not really getting that. Like, for the characters in general, none of them are the best of whatever color they get. Maybe Gemba, but that's a low tier because there's not a lot of oranges.
2-3 oranges.
So that, once again, that's not like a high bar for that. But for everyone else, it's like, no, they're not the best at anything. And certainly Sakito is not the best, like Violet Purple, like out there. Ain't no way. The travesty of how they treated this man.
No.
And that's one of the things that I'm really disappointed on is the way that they handled some of these characters. And I do, in my review, do break down which characters I like the most versus the least and all that stuff, and kind of give my what if scenarios on what I wish they could have done better to portray these characters. And the thing is, it's like I really feel for Sakito's actor, because this was a man that he really wanted to be in Sentai. Like, the actor really wanted this role. And then just to get treated the way that he was in terms of how it, like, he was as a character, I'm just like, damn, that is terrible.
I think Joe was probably my favorite if I had to.
I like Joe as well.
I do think in terms of fan interpretation, Joe's probably at the top.
Mm-hmm.
On there, it's either Joe or Genba are probably like the top in terms of
Mira.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of different fronts on there. I do feel that like the villains had so much wasted potential. I still stick with my guns that Cannonborg was dragged way too long.
Mm-hmm.
And even looking at each lap, like lap 2, which was Cannonborg's lap, was like the longest one besides the final lap. And the final lap had so many episodes that didn't move the plot whatsoever. So it kind of fell into the same breath as Lap 2, but Lap 2 had the excuse of being early enough in the season for them to pick things up. But I really do think that they dropped the ball with that one, and it lingered so much that it ended up not doing enough for any future plot point.
Which is funny because Lap 3 kind of picked things up a bit.
It did. Lap 3, when I analyze all of my review scores, like I can just say this right now, like Lap 3 averaged an S ranking.
Yeah.
Because it's like it definitely had a lot of episodes that were hitting. But then everything else like started dragging things down. Like Lap 3 was the best the show was, and that was actually one of the shortest laps that they had was Lap 3. So it was a lot more densely filled plot point narrative that they had in there. So a good departure from what we had in Lap 2, but sadly, as things progressed into Lap 4, the final lap, it just was not great. We weren't eating good.
Didn't cook.
And, some things could be subjective. I start breaking down what if scenarios in terms of like how the perspective might have been shaped just based off of what we, the viewership, were watching at the time. Like doing a little bit of a deeper analysis and pretty much a breakdown on how this might be looked at for people that haven't seen Sentai, wasn't watching it week to week like us, and decided to just check out the show on their own volition. Would they get as much kick out of it? Because I don't think that this show would binge well. Definitely in my catch-ups, I did not like catching up with these episodes because they weren't enjoyable episodes to go back to back. They were very kind of whiplashy in terms of tone, and the narrative structure that would be introduced in one episode would get dropped or backseated for like one or two episodes until picked back up. And it's kind of like, what the hell are these villains doing?
I didn't generally think that this is BoonBoomger is definitely one of their shows. It's like the most people who will ever watch the show will watch it, will have already watched it week to week. I don't think anyone's, unless they're like doing a completion of like Sentai, is ever gonna go back and like watch BoonBoomger, if that makes any sense.
Now, another thing that I kind of feel, and anyone can tell me I'm wrong on this, but would anyone in the chat and anyone on the panel, if you met someone that has never watched Sentai before, would BoonBoomger be your number one season to recommend them? Out of every Sentai that they could watch, would you be that guy that says, you should check BoonBoomger out like that, and you should watch that as your first Sentai? You should watch that.
Okay, see, the problem is not as the first, but as the second for one particular person, yes. That's bad.
Yeah, I was definitely feeling like this is not a show that I could just recommend to someone who's trying to get into Sentai. I feel like this is a bad first show to get into.
I don't think it's like necessarily like a bad first show to get into, because it does do a lot of basics like of Sentai, like the like group call and stuff like that. It's like I wouldn't like.
Not exactly, because it doesn't cover the proper basics of Sentai, because once again they have a rotating cast of generals as each lap progresses. They decided to go with the lap or arc format of doing 4 arcs. That's something that's relatively new to Sentai. They started copying what writers been doing, because even King Oger like kind of threw a curveball into that by doing, hey, we're gonna do a time skip in the middle. Like no one else really done that. Like that was very experimental for King Oger to do. And once again, BoonBoomger doesn't really follow your typical Sentai formula in terms of that. Sure, it does hit a lot of mundane notes on a lot of different fronts. But I would say for someone that cares about narrative, this show ain't it. If someone cares about like the character dynamics, this show ain't really it. If someone cares about a good red, this show ain't it.
Okay, so like if someone liked cars and they were trying to get into Sentai, obviously I would probably recommend them Bokenger, Car Ranger, like anything like that first, for sure. Like, this definitely wouldn't be the first one I would recommend to anyone. But I don't think it's like a bad season. Like if someone happened to have like found this out looked at the helmets, thought this was weird and interesting, and they just wanted to watch it. I don't think it's like a bad season to get.
Well, I don't think it's like, bottom tier Sentai. I don't put it anywhere in my top 10.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like say it's like the worst thing I've seen.
But I would just say, like, in terms of recommending this to someone, I would just say you can watch this if you've got the time. But really, I would recommend list of other Sentai shows above this one before you even get to this one.
Yeah, I was
like this one would be a back burner show.
Yeah, I was just thinking like if they were like if a vehicle Sentai would get someone into like Sentai, this is probably not the one I would recommend, even if that was what would go, because there's so many other good vehicle Sentai. Yeah, no. Although I would say like with the case of like Dombros and King Odra, I would definitely never recommend those to be like the first show I would recommend to anyone either.
And I would say out of like in Reiwa in general, like this is the least experimental of the Sentais. It definitely, since it played it very safe to the point that it became kind of like a fault. Because once again, it's like when the show first started, kind of a breath of fresh air, but then it definitely hit that formula aspect that it's just like, yeah, been there, done that on several fronts. They threw in some curveballs and plot twists and things like that, but overall, like, it didn't stick too much, because even thinking back to like Gemba's big revelation, at the end of the day, once he left the team, he was like a very awkwardly placed background character that was still cheering on for like the good guys, and then it had forced interactions with Sakito just for him to kind of sort of get his revenge at the end once he realizes that he should have stuck with the team the whole time. Like there's several missed opportunities. The Sand Cedars, the trio, like, as much as I love them as villains, quote unquote,
characters,
they had moments of shine, but then moments of decline as well. And Yadukar was like the weakest aspect of it, especially as we got more explainers. Especially when we get to like, second to last episode with all the other Yadukars being in Rainbow Road and getting blocked off by Gemba's,
Also, those Yadukars are still coming, right? Like, the hell, like, eventually
they just decided to turn around, I guess. I don't know.
Like, what the heck is going on with that? Because I'm like, how long did Gemba block that? Is that still blocked?
Is someone just gonna drive through like Rainbow Road and just see like a big pile of like Yadukars?
It's like, damn, I'm hitting traffic. What's going on?
We're not moving anywhere. What the hell is going on?
Oh my god, I still got time to write that as a bit. Oh, I can do that.
Oh my god, good for it. But yeah,
like, yeah.
That's another thing I think like I really want to like say about the show. No one's dreams really got established, or like we saw them like achieve anything really throughout this show. Like,
yeah,
like
that's
we didn't,
true.
Like Gemba didn't reclaim his planet, or
no.
What do you call it? Mira didn't get to race in the BBG like we thought she would.
Yeah, it all happens off screen.
Yeah, it's like even to some extent, like Taya and Bundrio was like, well, their whole thing, like for the longest show, is like, I'm gonna get you back in the BBG, and we're gonna race together, and we're gonna win this shit. Only for none of it to be shown to us. And it's like, I feel like as like when you establish something as a show of like character goals, like that should be the goal, like the end result. Even though like these things are only implied at best.
Like I feel like the only one who had like a full character like arc that came around was like Joe in the end, where he realized that like he doesn't have to be a police officer to protect people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, and I guess Chashiro technically, because Chashiro he's still an informant. Like nothing's changed for him.
And that's the thing. I feel like Chashiro had the potential to be the best character in the show, but they chose not to give us his backstory. They gave us like snippets of it with some character introductions and some flavor text here and there. But I'm just like, he has the most fascinating backstory out of anyone that just never gets dived into.
He's quite literally like like a spy. He's just, and it's interesting to see like, well, like where did that all start?
But looking at chat here, the series score average for BoonBoomger, it looks like 42% shows C, 39%, so relatively close, went B. Below that, D or lower got 10% of the vote, and A or higher got 7%. So not a lot of people out there with a higher favorable ranking, but it definitely does skew very mid.
Like I said, I think this was I don't want to like. I would call it the proper form of a mid show. You know what I mean? Not like I'm not calling it mid.
Yeah, that's why I'm feeling like there's nothing to stand it out enough for me to be like, man, like having nostalgic feelings for this show. So that's why I'm like, this season's probably going to be one of those where in hindsight, it's going to be forgettable. Yeah. Like people will just look at the costumes and like laugh, like how when people look at Battle Fever J, they just look at the costumes and laugh. But then it's like, that's going to be the only thought that they're going to have of it without watching said show, because they might get turned off by the costumes.
I definitely don't think this is going to be anyone's favorite season of Sentai for sure. But it's like, do I think this is an offensive season of Sentai? No. If someone watches
that's the thing. It's not like completely shit. Yeah. Like it's not shit. It's not even close to shit. It's not bad. It's just nothing noteworthy.
Yeah,
it is a show.
Mid. It is literally mid, and not in like a bad way. It is what mid is intended to be. It is a middle of the road show. This show has a mid.
And depending on like how Gojuja is, this is going to be like an awkward sandwich where it's stuck between something like Don Brothers, King Oja.
And because that's a top tier lineup.
Yeah. So it's going to be like that awkward double decker sandwich.
Yeah, that's the thing. If Gojuja ends up hitting, completely hitting, then this show is definitely going to be forgotten.
Because it's going to be like, guys, you remember those like 4 years of amazing shows? What do you mean? There's only 3 good shows out of those 4 years. It's like, what? I'm sure there was another.
It's like I forgot this other show. Like, what is this?
Cars? What?
Yeah, it's like how you've described Ghost Age to me. Like, it's a good series, but it's sandwiched between like
Samurai, right?
Shinkenger.
Yeah, the thing is, I do feel that Ghost Ager like gets mistreated terribly because of that, and it is actually a good show.
Oh, it is a very good show.
It is much better than BoonBoomger. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it is forgotten by the fandom because, yes, there are very highly regarded shows on both sides of it. Like, right there on each end.
Gokaiger and Shinkenger, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because it's like, Ghost Ager is really good. Like, it's actually
like they had a pretty good several-year run going on there, but you know, Ghost Ager, and I think the people that watched Power Rangers at the time and they got the stigma of Megaforce are like, I'm not even gonna try looking at that show. I'll just look at the cool pirates that are actually doing pirate things. And even looking at the openings of the show, I can see where, like, you know, sometimes people judge a show based off of the opening alone when they're trying to get into a show. They'll look at the opening and they'll be like, that's a cool ass opening. I think I'm going to check out that show. Ghost Agers is like, I have nostalgia for it because it was one of those shows that I did watch week to week when it was airing. And it's a good intro. But I do feel like for the newcomer fan that's just binging every Sentai intro, and God, I hate when those videos get recommended to me all the time, of people that don't know anything about Sentai, but they're listening to the intros for the first time, and bam, 100K views. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then it's like, but then they get to Ghost Ager, and it's just like, all right. But then it's like the visuals don't like make it stand out much more than what you end up having with a Shinkenger or with a Gokaiger, because those end up changing dramatically.
The intro for Shinkenger right before it, and then the intro for Gokaiger right after it. Like, you're doing this show dirty.
Yep. And see, like, once again, we're out here praising Ghost Ager, but then it's like BoonBoomger's like, well.
Well, again, like I said, it's like we all said, BoonBoomger, not a bad show. Like, if someone decides to pick it up and watch it, it's not going to be a terrible experience for sure.
It's just nothing to really get hyped about.
It's just I don't think you'll gain anything from it. You know what I
mean? Well, anything else we got to say about this show?
No. Is there anyone like questions from the chat, just in case? Like,
anything you guys want us to bring up regarding BoonBoomger? or anything like that. Of course, it's like I know that they did announce the Versus film like immediately after the show finished.
Which I knew they'd do because they did it for like Zenkaiger last year. Like
I was expecting them to not only announce that, but also like some side specials, like some V cinemas or something like that, just actually giving us the BBG. And I'm surprised that they did not.
No,
it's
like,
gonna be.
You guys could do a 12 episode mini arc. That's literally each episode is a different course, and they don't have to be like full 30-minute episodes or anything like that. They could literally be 10, 15 minutes long, like they've done with other side specials, and strictly make it about the race and just make it, CG with some green screen shit on there.
I mean, if we've seen anything, what they can do with side specials is pretty good, considering what the side special we saw last Sunday.
Let's see. Which am I noticing the rise in recognition for Toku in social media now? No, because I don't do social media, so I can't.
I mean, I definitely think Toku is definitely growing in the social media sphere. Like, it's definitely getting into the eyes of like more normal people.
I mean, I feel like that's been going on, especially since, like, I mentioned this in a video ages ago, where in comparison to how niche this was when I got into it back in like the mid 2000s to when I fell off completely off the internet, was still watching it, but then came back when I started my YouTube channel, I'm just like, nah, this shit's bigger than it ever has been. And it just continues to grow.
Yeah, it's like anime, essentially.
Anime was a mistake. It's nothing but trash, Cloudy. You should know that.
Jesus Christ, man.
I do think that anime has gotten way too fucking mainstream and way too.
It definitely
like,
has. There's definitely
corporate.
too many freaking shows that are airing. Like,
yes.
I remember back in the day when you could actually watch every anime that came out every season.
Yes. I remember those days. And it's nowadays it's like there's too many.
It's like, where's the good ones and where's the bad ones? Oh, they're all bad. Okay.
Or everyone's saying they're all good, and it's just like, which side is right?
It's so hard.
Just because it's anime does not make it superior.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking to? People in my Twitch streams that were just like, yeah, Buto PI definitely the best.
Oh, Zane again. Damn.
Hold on. Crazy Orb first said for the final Sentai until the 50th is very disappointing. Yes, considering that this is the one right before the big anniversary. So they technically are falling right into the Goseiger route of being right before a very big anniversary treated season.
Yep.
Speaking of anniversary season, did you watch the Twitter debate come to life in the special?
Oh, we gonna talk about that next, because I did stream that. And I had a grand old time.
That was a great special.
But real quick. Well, let's see. Social media is dogging on Power Rangers for not doing what Sentai is doing, giving praise to each show and not just Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's the issue with Power Rangers in general. It definitely shoehorned itself to being very MMPR focused. And I think that doesn't just come about with recent treatments. It also happens to do with the fact that they carried on a lot of the cast for so many years. Because that's the thing. It's like when you carry a cast through multiple generations, a lot of people are going to remember their first outing versus what their last outing was, even if their technically last outing was Turbo, only to get replaced mid-season with, a whole different cast. Except Justin, but no one cared about Justin. And then once again, segue, it makes the prospect of them starting to do the Sentai formula of doing crossovers a little bit jarring, because then you start getting into, well, what powers do they have versus what they have? Because some of y'all shared some powers and this don't make no sense. And so technically a lot of this happened because of a lack of foresight. Since, if you have a winning formula with said cast, they really were unwilling to change because they kept those Mighty Morphin Power Ranger suits for 3 seasons of Sentai, technically. It's like, we're just going to keep these suits because people are not going to understand. They literally said the fans are too dumb to understand the change in the suits.
The
Oh
kids
my
issue,
God.
don't understand.
Yes.
So because of that, we got to retain these same suits for it. For the next one, we're just going to change the Megazords. That's it. We're just going to change the Megazords. But you know, we're going to shrink these Rangers to be kids, so we'll replace them with Rangers that are from a planet of water. What footage do we got? Ninjas.
Ranger. Kaku Ranger.
Um.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. All right. They're water ninjas. Let's go. Well, only one of them is water. They all come from water.
Yeah.
And that bad guy, that looks kind of like Rita. That's Rita's dad. There we
Alien
go.
Ranger. Let's go.
We're making it work. We're making it work.
Yeah.
It's God. Yeah, so yeah, technically the problem with Power Rangers is technically the way that it started was its biggest undoing, because it retained the Mighty Morphin flavor for so long that you can't spoon feed that for several years and then expect someone to change over right away, especially when the generation is still prevalent and still buying stuff. It's kind of like in the Doctor Who fandom, like the fourth Doctor was around for a long time, and it was hard to shy away from like the impact that he did because he was around for such a long time. Like he was the 70s Doctor essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And people still go back to like, that was still the best run of the Doctor, that type of thing, because they're just around so long. So, so it's not a recent thing. It's literally just been a problem from the very beginning. And, you know, that's technically the lack of foresight and the power of hindsight. If we could go back in time and just tell Saban, just change the cast when they get these things, would have been like, you're crazy. Then you don't have to get into legal disputes about them trying to unionize. You just change them out for other people that don't know about the unions. And then when they start to revolt, you change the cast again, new suits. They don't know about the unions. Like, if you just sold it to Saban like that, you could have bet we would have gotten the Die Ranger suits. We would have gotten the Kaku Ranger suits in a proper lighting, all that stuff. And you just explain, look, these guys are going to try and unionize. He would have been like, nah, break glass in case of emergency. No, recast.
It's like that.
Okay, y'all can't tell me I'm wrong on that one, like for real.
No, you're right.
No.
Also, those alien masks for quote unquote alien rangers sucked.
Yeah.
Not like that.
No.
All right. So anything else? It's that little MMPR tangent.
No. Other than I really hope that Toku doesn't become like super mainstream like anime and becomes like so bloated.
Well, the thing is, I kind of want another Toku Renaissance where we just have more shows, because this is obviously something that I call down the Toku Awards, is like there's too many people that are just set in their ways of just watching same two series. Like they refuse to check out anything else. It's like, then you don't really care about tokusatsu. Like there's other shows that are out that have come out. Yeah, and people just aren't giving it the light of day because it's not the shows that you are familiar with. But you're willing to give a brand new anime a new shot, right? So it's like,
right. And the other thing that I really don't want to come out is Toku purists. Like, God, I really don't like. I really hope that doesn't happen.
In what sense?
Like, I don't want, like, when Toku eventually blows up to be like, oh, these are the standard, like, shows that are great and that are your go-to to watch. Yeah, these shows, you don't watch those. No one cares about them. You don't have to think about those. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like, I just don't want, like, people to, like, be very swayed by the influences of, like, a lot of, like, popular opinions on, like, what shows are good. I would like, I generally would just hope that they come to that conclusion on their own and just give whatever they want to try. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, the thing is, it's like I'm completely open-minded when it comes to getting into a lot of Toku shows anyway, because it's like, once again, it's a medium that doesn't have a lot there, but when you have the opportunity to check out other shows, you should probably just dip your toe outside of the warm waters just to see if the potentials are good. Like that's why I loved the the mid 2000s to like the early 2010s was because we started getting a lot of that thing. Because it's like, of course, back then, TV Nihon was like the only fan subgroup around, and they were like subbing any Toku that they could get their hands on. So like live action Sailor Moon came out, and I was like, oh, I know Sailor Moon. Live action iteration? Let me check that out.
I need to
Loved
watch
it.
that. I need to watch
Space
that.
Sheriff was around then as well, right?
Space Sheriff had already ended by then.
Oh.
Mid 2000s? Yeah, they died in the 90s. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Like, that's when Metal Heroes was just done.
Mhm.
No, but that's also when we got Garo. Garo that completely changed the game because it's just like, ooh, like you going out here, like took a show for
that show on television.
a show for big people like myself. Speaking as someone who was like 16, 17 at the time, I was just like, yes, this is edgy, perfect for me. This checks all my boxes for 2000s edge.
And so like the nudity, the violence,
the style, the costumes, like all that good shit.
Watch on YouTube, which you can now watch on YouTube.
Yes, that's correct. They did do that.
And Gates as well. All of Gates is up on YouTube to watch for free.
Yes, it was being live streamed actually earlier a couple days ago.
No, but they've actually got like all 49 episodes up on their channel, which is crazy.
The
which
movies
hopefully,
no?
I don't know about the movies because it's region locked for certain people. Me, one of those people. But that just shows that maybe TV Archie is like no longer being like whatever they're organizing with Shout. That means maybe they're being more lenient on streaming on YouTube. Like,
but I think it's only with anything that's like of a certain age,
right?
And that's what the thing is. But I do think it's like, yeah, the content should definitely be available. A lot more ease of access for a lot of folks would make it convenient. So I don't get a comment every time a new show comes out and I do a video for it going like, how are you watching this? Yes. Where are you getting this from?
I can't wait for those comments when I do my Goju episode 1.
That's how it's going to be.
Yeah, that's going to be my algorithm, baby.
And that's where Superaya has it right, because they simulcast that shit.
But then obviously we know about the ultra haters, like especially from the stream chat and from other content creators when I put out like Ultraman videos. If they focus on other shows and then they put out an Ultraman videos, it doesn't hit the metrics. It doesn't hit the algorithm, and people just don't seem to care on that front because once again, folks are holed into the Sentai writer trope. That's it.
I don't even mean by like the shows, like the Ultra series itself. I just mean like the way Superaya is tackling their IP is like that's the way
I completely agree with that point. Like they're doing it right, but then it's just like you have the folks they just say It's almost like they want their stuff to be hard to find. Like they want to just have that thing that's inaccessible.
Are you telling me you didn't like Arc, Zio? Arc was amazing.
I enjoyed Arc. I'm just saying it's like I'm trying to think about from another's perspective. Like look, there's 67 viewers. How many of y'all are ultra haters, or at least like those that are on the Twitch streams and dip out? Like, why are you dipping out? Why are you just dipping out? Why are you dipping out when Ultraman plays? Y'all missed out on Wingman right after.
Although I bet you they'll all come back the moment you start playing. What was it? Isekai Rider or Isekai Ranger?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I've noticed that the drop off is not that major when I go to streaming that. And also, like 2 years ago when I streamed Fuzo PI in the superhero time lineup, there was hardly any dip off in the viewership there. It's like, wow. Masks off. These folks are definitely proving that they're not actually Toku fans.
Damn.
It's how it is. It's how it is.
See, the thing is, Toku needs your support. Whether it's because like we're not gonna get diversity unless you actually like go out and watch it, or like either maybe buy a toy here and there. You know what I mean? Pick up a DVD copy. And the
thing is, I get it. There are some shows that come out from time to time that are complete like dog shit, just complete piss water. Jeez. Like they ain't good. They ain't good at all. Like we tried giving Armor Hero Star Way a shot. I tried. The pacing is abysmal for that show. I don't care how much eye candy you throw on a screen. If that is still shit, it's still shit. And that show is just like it's not doing anything.
Oh, but I met someone who will not be named, but they absolutely hate the live action Sailor Moon.
Ah, okay.
Well,
Good on 'em.
yeah.
It's derivative. It's not going completely based off of the source material. If people want an adaptation of the source material in live action, they're going to need a way bigger budget.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So you got to understand the shortcomings when it comes to trying to do something that is live action versus something that is animated or manga. Now, there's part of the reason why, something like Dragon Ball would not work in live action unless you have a really good budget.
Yeah, because it's like there's a lot of effects you would need, like constantly. Like,
Or you would have to completely skimp down the episode count, because it's like I know you also watched the Yu Yu Hakusho live action, great one, but they skipped over a lot of arcs, sped run through a lot of things just to make sure that the budget that they had would work.
Is an understatement. Like they marathon through all of it.
And that's the thing. It's like you're gonna have shortcomings when you go to live action on a lot of fronts.
They Konami code that series.
What do you mean that shit was trash? The live action, Yu Yu Hakusho is pretty good.
Like live action Yu Yu Hakusho had some really good fight choreography. I mean, that fight against Yusuke and the ogre in the parking lot, that was great.
Yusuke getting run over in the car was real. That was visceral.
I know. That was crazy.
Like, when they showed that scene, I was just like,
they went there.
Y'all went detail on that. Even the anime didn't show that detail. Yeah. They cut to next shot. Over here, it's just like, no. And I was like, oh no. He got ate up by that thing.
Yes. Wait,
Paper shredder style.
Is it that or arc are you guys calling bad? Like what are you guys calling bad?
Oh, Star Ray?
Oh, Star Ray? Okay, that's bad.
Yes.
Also, arc was mid-bred? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you not watch Decker?
Oh, Decker's way more mid than arc.
Decker's completely mid.
I know it's one of my friend's favorite Ultraman series, but I still stand by that.
Well, arc, once again, talking about shows that stuck the landing, arc stuck the landing. That was a great finale.
I feel like arc was definitely enjoyable from beginning to end. Like
it completely superseded my expectations, because I was going into it with low expectations based off of what I had seen, in the lead up to it, and the show completely left those expectations far and away, to the point that I was looking forward to several of the different episodes that they had.
Dude, episode 3 alone was just like, yep, I'm on board now.
And once again, it's just like after watching Blazar and then, the tease for them having their crossover, I was more hyped that superhero time watch than I was Gavu and BoonBoomger at that time, because I was just like, nah, this is what I've been waiting for right here. So
yes, I don't even want to spoil some of the crazier stuff that happens in the later episodes, because they get kind of meta with the arc stuff towards the later half.
So yeah, definitely give Toku more chances.
Yes.
And even some stuff that are slightly Toku, but not really, they play into it. Once again, I highly recommend for folks that are adults, which most of y'all probably are, especially that still have a hobby towards collecting things like this. Check out Tokusatsu Gagaga. Highly recommended. Even though it does have original heroes in there and is not fully a Toku show, but plays on the Toku nodes on there, it definitely is a great drama.
Oh.
All right. So anything else before we start duking over some mechas?
Do we have time?
Look, last time we streamed for 4 hours. We're starting at a decent enough time, and this is probably going to take 2 hours.
Yeah.
Great. All right, then no. Let's continue, please. Fuck. I don't care what you guys think. Let's get started.
All right, so let me get into this. Let's get this. Let me get these polls up.
Yo, Gira, no, don't call them cowards for not watching Wingman, okay?
Look, it's just the fact that Wingman got so shat on during the Toku Awards it's almost like people didn't watch it.
Here's the other thing. I feel like if you were like a real I'm not even gonna say like real Toku fan, but like if you're a fan of Tokusatsu, like you've seen a couple, you have a bunch under your belt, or even a few, right? You watch Wingman, and it's gonna speak to you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's gonna
Exactly.
like.
All right, so once again, the lineup here is a little awkward, just like last time, just because the amount of mechas that we have on one side versus another. So even though technically it should start off with Aba Ranger going into Decker Ranger, it instead is going to start with Go Kaiger versus Go Buster, just because like the middle portion of it just sunk further down into the bracket going in there. So we got a little bit of a of an issue on there, but right? then yes, so it's just supposed to be their base mech, nothing like super form or anything like that. It is just that.
Okay, because I know what you would fight tooth, nail, and everything for if that was the case.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let me go here. Let me make this full screen. Share screen. Get this thing going on here.
KR, we're doing a ranking of all Sentai mechs, the base mech.
They fighting.
Yeah.
They fighting. All right. So here we go. We got ourselves Go Kaio versus Go Bustero.
Ooh.
Okay, I have a hot take here. Maybe.
Go Kaio is overrated.
Yeah, I'm going Go Bustero. I'm not gonna lie. I like that mech.
I'm also gonna actually go that route. I feel like Go Kaio is the fan favorite on this one, just because once again this is an anniversary season that is actually very well liked and does get terribly recommended as the first Sentai that a lot of people should watch. Even though I disagree, that I don't think an anniversary show should be a first outing for folks.
Yes,
but
unless it's Ultraman in your eyes for some reason.
Because once again, it's like I feel this show outshines the shows that came before it and after it, even though they're good shows. Go Busters was a really good show. And once again, because it wasn't as great as Go Kaiger in some people's eyes, it kind of got a bad rep.
Yeah. Even though it was fantastic, the first opening was amazing.
Remember, we're not power scaling at all. We're not power. It's literally aesthetics.
It's not by who wins in a fight. It's just what you think looks cooler. Busters, ready, go. Sorry.
As long as you're not doing the second one.
No, I don't sing that one.
They don't acknowledge that one.
I mean, I even like just the color formation of like the Buster, the Go Buster mech. Even because it's got both legs are blue. It's not like it's not like each one is like a different mech, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's like you got yellow is the arms, you got blue is the legs, and then the main body is red.
It's a proper mismatch of their, of their mecha, especially since the buddies. They got them buddies out there.
It is like a worse version of the Go On mech. Sorry, it is a better version.
I was about to say, like, I will fight you on that one. Ain't no way that this is worse.
I said what I wanted to say exactly backwards. Okay,
I'm like, no, ain't no way.
In every way, this is a better version of the Goano versus, like it just is.
Okay. Ash, you haven't thrown your 2 cents into the ring.
I was letting you guys duke it out. I want to go with Go Bustero as well.
So you're trying to tip the scales away from the obvious winner. I feel chat's gonna go
Kaio. I definitely think chat's gonna go Kaio. I'm not even playing.
Like I like I kind of like the aesthetic of Go Bustero. Even in its space form, I do like it.
Absolutely. I generally, we are judging it based on base alone, and like obviously Go Kaio, there's a lot because of the anniversary effects of that that mecha. It does, if you add the power ups, it does get a lot better. But it's like we're just talking base. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Having recently seen the Gokaio in terrible CG glory when I was binging the last few episodes of BoonBoomger, I'm like, oof, that ain't good. Like terrible.
Is it worse or better than the CG they used for what was it? Once and Always? No, not Once and Always. The I think it was the last season. What was it again?
Cosmic Fury.
Yeah, Cosmic Fury.
That was the same. That was the same CG.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it was the same CG. Look, at least they had some shadowing in there. And so it's kind of like it varies, especially when you go to like the episode 0 of Gozuger, where it's like, well, the benefit that had was the fact that it was completely CG on CG, so it didn't look as jarring as something that was trying to be realistic. All right, so let's see here. I think chat skewed the things in our favor, so you don't even have to pull out the calculator.
No.
Because even chat went 55% go Bustero.
Oh, let's go.
I feel like some folks that watch the VOD or just look at the final listing is going to be highly disappointed by just seeing the fact that Gokaio got knocked out first round.
There's going to be not even a close.
Yeah, Kyoryu Jin takes this one for me.
Kyoryu Jin.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyoryu Jin. I mean, if Mark was here, I'd make a funny joke and say smash for Tokyo, but yeah, Kyoryu Jin.
Don't get me wrong. I like Tokyo. I like TokuTonic. I know what that mech can do. You know what I'm saying? But no. No. Straight up no. I don't think this is even going to be a fight.
Like, I like TokuTonic, but like the long arms, I know it's meant to be a train, but the long arms that Tokyo has, like, I'm not a fan of. Like, those arms or shoulder pads look a little bit too high.
If you see them in fight scenes, it gets even weirder because they go down and like the arms.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
Stretch. Yeah.
And I keep clicking at start poll. What's going on with this? Give me problems. Stuck in a spinning wheel now.
Again, it's a show I like. I like TokuTonic. It's just no to the mech.
Well, this is fun. It's now just stuck on a spinning circle for me. Can I refresh the chat?
Uh-oh. Wait, what did Cosmic Killer say? It got deleted, whatever it was.
Oh, great. Now it won't even show up.
No, Orb, do you want to open your mouth for the train? Are you going to open your mouth and be like, choo-choo, the train's going to go into the tunnel?
Okay, it's there. I was like, okay, yeah, you got some good color scheming that you got here. Definitely very symmetrical, very boxy on that front. It kind of feels a little uninspiring in terms of the combination in itself.
I mean, if you've seen the transformation, it really is just they're next to each other. That's it.
Yeah, and that's what seems a very lacking in imagination for better terminology here. For a show that seems to be pretty big on some imagination, it sure was lacking that with this here.
Listen, Blaze, out of context, what I said was completely wrong. But out of context, everything you say is completely wrong.
Also, let me just add, in terms of toy releases, one of these got a, full action release, while the other one got a dinky, stupid, immobile, in-action figure that can combine with the Boon D.
I still need to get the full action Kyoryu Jin. Hopefully it's on special now or cheap now, secondhand.
Yeah, because they released the movie edition one, right? Or the dark one.
Yeah.
The one. Yeah, I think. I never watched the movie, so.
No, I didn't either. When I did my Kyoryu watch through.
Like I said.
All right, yeah, 78% went Kyoryu Jin, so yeah, that makes it easy.
Yeah, goodbye. Maybe this will be easier than I thought. Ooh.
Can I say I hate both of them?
I was literally about to be like,
I hate both of these.
I'm gonna go with the one on the right. It's less offensive to my eyes at the moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Is that the Goseijo one or the?
This is Ninja.
That is the ninja. It's the ninja on the left, and then on the right is the
Zyuohger. Yeah, that's not.
The cubes. Hey, listen, I'll take the Zyuohger because at least it's all cubes. I get the gimmick. Cool.
Yeah, no, I'll go with Zyuohger. No, I'll go with Zyuohger.
I don't even remember the name of the ninja mech. What's the name of the ninja mech?
I don't remember. I don't want to say what I thought it was.
Ninjaro?
No, it's not the Ninjaro. Don't.
I made a video on this ages ago, but I can't remember.
Apparently, some chat is like, ugh, gross. Although one person is like,
Ooh.
Oh my. This is my fetish. Okay, Shuriken Jin found it. All right.
Okay. Oh yeah, they posted that.
Which mech do you?
Should we do a reverse poll this time and be like, which mech is worse?
So glad we're down to simple mech.
Actually, yeah, I think that would be better. And we just let whichever one actually has less votes. Okay, yeah. Which mech is worse?
So, guys, you're voting for the mech you think is the worst.
Yes. So, which one do you think is uglier out of these two? Which mech is worse?
The loser of the poll will move on.
We'll make things less humiliating when they face up against whoever wins.
Absolutely. I mean, what? Whoever it's fighting in the next two, I don't know.
I will. The thing is, I really hate the blocky designs of the Zuo King. Like that's a bad looking mecha design. But then what the hell is going on the other one? Why is there a mech piloting a mech?
Here's the thing. The Zuo King at least has a good color palette going for it. The other one is a mess. That's a mess. It's a mech.
It's like, yo, dog, I heard you like mechs, so I put a mecha piloting your mecha so you can pilot while you pilot.
Exactly.
I never saw Ninja Steel, and I never saw all of Ninja Steel, and I never saw all of I never saw any of Ninja. Like, I didn't know the mech looked that bad looking at it from this angle, the PNG.
Oh, absolutely. Like, because you remember, it's another mech sitting in a mech suit.
Yes, and he literally pilots it, so you do see like the legs dangle and control it.
Yeah,
it's very awkward.
I understand what they were going for, but no.
How the fuck do Power Rangers handle that if it's a mech with an? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Fuck Ninja Steel.
No, they did it exactly the same way. It was Neo Saban era, if I'm correct, right? So they did it.
Yeah, Neo Saban era.
Okay, I think Zuo King looks better than whatever the fuck we got going on with the Ninja. That is just... There's not even symmetry there.
No, look at the legs. Look at the legs.
Look at the shoulder piece on the blue one.
The shoulder piece is just completely that serves no real purpose. It's just there.
I hate how there's two sets of legs I have to look at.
It's like literally like a Bandai America toy with the Ninja Megas, or where they just have each one of the colors on the side so you know which is which.
At least the Zuo King, it's just a block. It's a colorful block mech. That's it. It's not great, but I'll take it.
I mean, chat's leaning Zuo King is worse.
What?
I don't like looking at these.
Are you telling me, chat, there's more people who voted for Zuo King as worse than people who voted for Shurikeno?
I will say the thing that probably makes Zuo King worse is the fact that, hey, dog, I heard you like the anniversary seasons. So here's Minecraft instead. Because this was the 40th. This was the 40th anniversary right there.
Yep. Yeah, but they didn't do a lot for it until the crossover episode, from what I heard.
Yes, and that was something that just came out of nowhere, which I really appreciated because I was not on the internet during that time, so I did not have Marvelous's appearance being spoiled to me.
Yes. Also,
Sometimes.
listen, we don't have a Shuriken Drago, so there's no comparison. Here. Not comparing it.
All right. So, Cloudy, you might have to get some calculations out here because I think all three of us said that the one from the Ninja is worse.
Yes.
So there's 22 votes total.
Got you.
Remember,
That's
our
a-
votes count two.
Yep.
Two for each of us. And Zuo King got 54% of the vote to Shurikenjin's 45.
Oh, we win. That's easy one. Oh yeah. That's I don't even have to do the basic calculations because that's 6 votes swinging in the favor. Yeah, we win that.
Great. So this one moves forward. I almost clicked on the wrong one.
Oh my god. All right. So the winner of the next round,
Ooh. Okay,
All
so
right.
what is this?
So obviously, we've got your favorite. We got ourselves some Cosmic Fury.
No,
It's
it's the Q Thomas. It's the fucking
Kyutamajin had to look it up.
Yeah.
the Yosha Lucky
I had like, you think this is gonna be a real competition? Because come on,
Well,
the Lupin Kaiser. You think Lupin Kaiser's gonna lose it? I think Lupin Kaiser's got this.
No, I'm voting for Lupin Kaiser. I've never seen that mech before.
You've never seen Lupin Kaiser?
No, I've never. Like I said, I've never seen it. Like,
all right, so we are treating Lupin and Pat Ranger as separate
Yes,
entities.
they're separate. Yes.
Oh well, I guess you're right. Considering if the anniversary lineup is going to continue, think about them as separate entities. We might as well do it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the Lupin. It's that's a win.
that looks so badass.
Oh yeah, no that. But seeing the fight, like that thing actually move. Wait, am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed to judge like its movement in the show or not?
I mean, we're judging aesthetics, but I guess that would also be implemented if you're like looking at it in the show, how they're moving around.
Yeah, because those look good in the show. I'm not gonna lie, the cute, the whatever the Kyujin, whatever the heck that is thing. That's just a bunch of balls.
It is just a bunch of balls.
I like its formations better with the Q-Tama one. Like I like the dragon one formation.
Also, the scaling on it is weird because obviously inside the Q-Tamas you can see the pilots, and I'm just like, if the pilots are that big relative to the size of the Q-Tamas, then that thing should only be like the size of a 5-story house.
It should
like
be
it's
the
not that
leg
big.
of that.
Actually, even smaller than that because they're sitting down, so it should only be like a 3-story house tall.
Yeah, that thing should be really tiny. Also, it reminds me of Cosmic Fury. So another point down.
True, look, I don't care. I'm just clicking on things over here.
Oh, and you remind me of Yosha Lucky. Oh,
like y'all were gonna vote for it anyway. Because Lupin Kaiser's got 81% of the vote. Come on now. Like, was anyone gonna? I mean, 18% went the other way.
Oh, Blaze Hopper is just done. Apparently.
Are they?
Apparently, he says,
Well,
"Yeah."
I'm gonna get another drink while this sorts out.
No problem. I might go for a refill of my water after this round.
Oh, they're just going to continue saying Q right now. Look, I can't change the poll. It's already there. It's already into the ether.
Guys, you know what it is. Like, don't worry about the small stuff.
The one on the left or the one on the right. Either way, look, it wasn't going to go anywhere. So, yeah.
Kaizoku Sentai. What is it? Lupin Ranger moves on. Yeah, easily going for the Ryu Soldier mech, right?
Yeah, Pata Kaiser is just not
doing it. Not doing it.
And not in this matchup. You see how streamlined that thing looking?
But you ever play with that toy? That toy is.
I have not.
Hell,
I've not played with that toy.
That is a good toy. You should pick that up if it ever goes on sale. That toy is sleek. That toy has some mobility. Yes, Blaze Hopper. The better loop hat mech may be here, but it's still not better than that.
Before chat starts getting upset on which one I'm picking, because I'm literally just copy pasting the first thing that I see on Ranger Wiki over here. Because I see Kishi Ryu-O, but this one can't be it because it's got a combination in there.
Ryu so cool.
I dropped this show after 3 episodes.
Ryu Soldier?
Yeah.
I mean, well, considering it dropped the ball like heavy after its first.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, nah.
I dropped it.
Done.
I think I dropped it like 4 episodes after the 6th was revealed. And then I came back to binge it to finish it because I saw the battleizer and I was like, that looks sick. I want to get to that. And then I got disappointed.
Let's see. Okay, I guess this is it's just Kishi Ryu-O 3 nights. That's it. Okay. Then I'm just gonna call it Kishi Ryu-O whatever. It's too long.
Yeah, it's the full name would be 5 nights if it. I don't. Absolutely.
Resoldier, I'm voting for this one.
Absolutely. And if we were
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, if we're allowing the secondary mechs, the Mosa Zord would also be like top 2. It's because that mech can move. Like it's not a brick. It's not blocky at all.
Looking at what's coming up next, and I'm like,
You know what's funny? That has to go up against what was it again? The Lupat one. So it's got to beat the police and then the thieves.
No, technically, this is gonna have to go up against the next one, and then so technically, the way the brackets are set up, this will have to go up against the next pairing, and then whoever wins that one will have to go up against the pairing after that one.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. All right, 89%. So we going Ryu Soldier on this one.
Kira Maging. I don't know. Yeah, the Kira.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the land mage, right? Not the, or is that Sky Mage? I forget. Or is it the combined?
I think it's all 5 of them. I don't know.
Because I think the base mech is only the land one, which would only be 3 of them. But either way.
Yeah, I'm going Kira Major.
Yeah, I would go Kira Major over Zenkaidra. Because Zenkaidra, it's just 2 halves to make one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is Kira Majin.
So I thought that you were just going to do Land Mage for the Kira Majin. Because technically
Cosmic Orchid made this, not me.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So, blame Cosmic.
I will not blame Cosmic, I guess. Maybe after the fact. Is it Kirame Zin or Kirame Jin? I guess it's Zin. All right, Kirame Zin.
Kirame Zin, but you know, their Z's and J's tend to be a lot of interchangeability when it comes to this.
Gotcha.
Let's see. This is Zenkai. Jura Gaon.
Also, chat, you can tell me if I'm completely wrong, but like, if we're talking base mech, do you think it would be land mage, right? Because I
think chat's going that route on it. Because that's what they're thinking.
Okay, I was only asking because I'm like, because land mage and sky mage combined to make this one, so it's like technically this is not a base mech, right?
I'm going Zenkaidra on this one.
Oh, Zenroku Zenkai, yeah.
Okay.
Only reason why is because it reminds me of symmetrical docking mechs of the Brave series, specifically Gao Gaigar. So because of that, that looks cooler to me. That just looks cooler to me.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna go. Like originally, I was gonna go for the Kira Maging, but I think I might have to switch only because I kind of want to keep the integrity of the fact that these are all base specs, and I don't think that's a base spec on that side.
Kiramagen is the full combination. I mean, if there's 5 members, then it makes sense because that would be
Yes, but there's
the
also 5
combination.
members of the Real Soldier mech, and that's only 3 knights. Unless you're saying,
But they
5
started.
knights.
But they started off with 3 members, right?
Yes, and that mech started off as 2 different mechs. It was never. They were only combined to that form in like the 2nd or 3rd episode. Like they kept it separate for like a couple episodes.
And even for Zenkaiger, they like went the different combinations between the 2 before we got like, you know, them going big.
No, I get that. No, I know.
Well, how many members did Kiramagen start off with? 5, right?
It did start with all 5. But
then this technically makes more sense.
No, I get you, but like if we're talking like base mech, like in the show, the base mech was Land Mage because that was just 3 of them combined into 1 mech, and then the other 2 made another mech for a while.
Well, what episode did this debut?
3, I think 3 or 2.
Yeah,
Then that's still the first 5 episodes of the show. Then it makes sense.
Okay, all right. I mean, I'll count it. It's just in my. I don't know. I just like it. Just feels weird.
No, what felt weird was last week when they put the Mega Voyager on here as the one for Mega Ranger.
They put the Mega.
Yes. And that's the one in which we gave him the mulligan and just conceded that it should have been the other one.
Okay.
I'm not ready to concede that this one is the incorrect one. When it debuts episode 3, there's some Sentai in which you don't even get the mecha until like episode 5.
I get that. Trust me, I understand that. It's just in like I don't know. When I thought base mech, I always think like first mech you see, like you know what I mean, like not like without like conjoined. But I'll take it. It's fine by me. Like either way, this would win in my books against the the Zenkai mech. So
Trying to see the if I can find a poster of it, see if it's like what they show off in the poster of the show.
I don't remember. It's been ages since I've seen Kiramager.
They don't show shit in the poster. That's no help. There's nothing in that poster. This is them flying.
All right.
And that's it. That's it. It's nothing. But yeah, I'm going Zenkai on this one. So.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Kira. So Kira Land Mage appeared in episode 2, and then the combined thing appeared in episode 3. Because when they first appeared, it was Land and Sky.
All right. Well, I doubt my vote did much of a difference because y'all 2 went for Kiramagen, right?
Oh, absolutely. Kiramagen.
And Ash, you went for that as well?
Yeah, Kiramagen.
Yeah, then I got no shot because 62% went for Kiramagen.
Yeah.
Well, it's just which one looks cooler. This one looks cooler to me.
Yep.
Looks like something out of an actual mecha anime show. This does not.
To me, that one looks cooler. I honestly think that removing the Sky Mage looks even better. But hey,
I don't like that pink chest piece that throws things off for me.
See, that's what I'm saying. If that was just Land Mage, you would like this spec a lot more. Trust me when I say that.
All right.
King Oger. Don't even have to think about it, really.
Yeah, King Oger. Oh, wait, yeah.
That's the Don Bros mech. Don't get me wrong, the Dono Titan's amazing. But King Oger.
Yeah, King Oger.
Donald Titan.
I knew you were going to say that. That's fine.
Look, part of the reason why is just his finisher. That finisher was good.
I get you, but we're talking about just the mech itself. Like, dude, for the first half of King Oger, the best half of King Oger, honestly. Like, this was such an integral part, and every time I saw it, it was just perfect. All right, go on, you Dom Bros fans. I know you're get up.
One of these mechas saved the franchise. Another one of these just continued adding to the deficit.
Listen, the King Oger mech was
one of these mechas did so badly that BoonBoomger suffered for it in terms of the budget.
Excuse me, good sir. But who was writing this mech when it first debuted as well? That was you.
Well, no, I mean, I'm also saying the Don Onitaijin transformed into it at the end as well.
Yeah, that's not the base mech. It's
Pulled it out of its ass.
Two different concepts. Two different concepts. Also, really, these two have to go up against each other? Come on, man. I love that King Ultra mech. Why do you gotta do this to my boy?
Because they're going in order.
I know, but like, damn. Why? Oh, if that's the case, the next one should be pretty easy. No, there's one.
Yeah, whoever wins on here, they're beating the Boom Boom Robo. Bundrio's got no shot.
I was just like, wait, I just thought I was like, wait, whoever wins this, they're probably beating Bundrio. No problems. Yeah, I guess a lot of people really do like not BoonBoomger. I mean,
the thing is, like, truth be told, I love both of these mechs. But like the Don Onitaijin just has that coolness fact. Like he comes out sitting down in a chair like a fucking shogun to the point that they even made a toy version that just allows him to sit down just so you can make that cool pose.
It is cool, and don't get me wrong, that's amazing. But when I think of like which mech I thought was cooler when it debuted, I honestly really love the King Ogre. The King Ogre felt like such an integral part of the show. It was. Yeah,
you thought?
For the first half. Okay,
I mean, it was the name of the show. It's just like, man, this guy's gonna be important, right?
He was. Right? He was the first half. Also, one of these has a substantially better, darker form than the other. You can't even take that. You can't even come on.
Now, hold on. We ain't even talking about that. Like, you only got to bring that. No.
Yeah, I'm bringing
you don't got to bring that up.
Look like
if you want to bring up the use of CG, the King Ogre's, most of the King Ogre's appearance was strictly CG.
Yeah,
hardly any of it was truly suitmation.
And it was great. And you know what the thing is? Better than that mess of a dark form that King Ogre, the Don.
Look, they were trying to shoehorn in toys, and even like Inoue was just like, rush that shit. Nah, bro, I don't want that. Get that weak shit out of here.
The one that had the better darker form. Come on. At least the Dark King Ogre, way better than that thing.
Now, when you consider that the Don Onitaijin, like when you start looking at their final forms, though, I'm just saying, like one also did it better though.
You think I like the King Caucasus or the Onitaijin Jin or whatever it's called?
I think you like the King Caucasus castle, like the god King Ogre.
No, I actually like the Toradora Onitaijin Jin.
Okay, all right. So if this was like a battle between like the 6th mecha, then I would easily give it up.
That one, no, God. Like if it was
easily give that one up. All right, so we got 26 votes in. Don Onitaijin got 54%. My 2 votes go towards that camp. Y'all 2's votes go towards the King Ogre.
Yeah. So that's close. Okay. Hold on. Total votes again, please.
Give me a second. I'm waiting for it to populate for me with it once I ended it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Once it loads, hasn't loaded yet.
Yeah, this is gonna be probably the closest thing to like an even draw we're gonna get. Just so you know.
All right, so this is 26 votes, 53% Don Onitaijin, 46 King Ogre.
Okay, 53%. All right. Okay, so that is fucking me. Okay, so you said it's 26, right?
26 votes, yes.
Okay, so 14 votes go to the Don Onitaijin, which means the other 12 go to the King Ogre. Now you have 2 votes. That puts Don Onitaijin at 16. We have 4 votes. That puts King Ogre at 16. I told you this was going to be fucked up.
All right. Do-over vote. I think this is the first time we have a fucking do-over vote.
No, we've done it before. We have done it before, but
I think we flipped coins and shit.
Do we just flip a coin? I'm down to a coin flip. I can be swayed. I can be persuaded. Zio, convince me. Sway my vote.
Look, I'm just saying, one saved the franchise. The other one added to the deficit.
Okay, just so that we don't waste any more time, I am switching my votes. We're going to send the Oni Taijin to the next round.
Oh, you don't want to have them like revote?
Nah. Just listen. It was 50-50, and I was also on the fence for the most of it. I love these two mechs. Like, I'm happy with either of these mechs winning. Like, these are god tier mechs.
Okay. All right.
Or I will ban you.
All right. Now we're going all the way back because I get to get the lineups going right here into the proper brackets. So we got Abba Ranger versus Deca Ranger. And I got to go with Deca Ranger on this one.
I'm going to go with Abba Ranger on this one.
I'm going to go with Deca Ranger.
I know Abba Ranger looks like an absolute mess. But
No, I actually don't think so because the CG that they used in the show was actually like pretty damn good at the time. It definitely made the suit much better on there. But the thing is just like
dinosaurs. No, like this one is the other one, the Deca one is like very sleek. I like it. But the thing is, if we're talking which one I enjoyed watching more in the show, especially considering Dino Thunder and Abba Ranger, like I would, yeah, that mech is doing it for me. Especially like the first episode of Dino Thunder, like that was awesome. Also, it's got a drill for an arm. How many mechs have a drill for an arm?
I mean, you watch Gurren Lagann?
Yeah, of course, exactly. And you understand why I'm picking what I'm picking, right?
Okay, all right.
Although I'm pretty sure I'm losing because I think everyone's going to vote Deca Robo.
Look, the thing is that's just a very unique design given everything that we had gotten up until this point. Like, that is a very unique design.
No, that's a very good design. Like I said, I would be happy with Deca Robo winning as well. It's just like, if I'm being honest to myself, I like the Abba Ranger mech more. That's just the way I am. Yeah, Dino Thunder, Abba Ranger were both really good shows in my heart, so I feel like I'm a little biased towards it. But yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, Deca Ranger was the first Sentai that I had seen. I didn't finish it because obviously TV Nihon was catching up on subs for Deca Ranger at the time. Maji Ranger was the one that they were keeping up with week to week, and then if we were lucky, we got thrown some back batches of Deca Ranger. So even though like Maji Ranger was the first one that I had watched to completion, Deca Ranger was the first one that, there's subs for this? I'm gonna check that out. Was like the first Sentai that I had seen like the first episode subbed when I got into the fandom.
Well, at least we're not going up against the Maji Rangers final mech. Oh boy.
I would have some
Zio would have heated words for all of you.
Maji Legend, I'm just saying, that is a good mech.
Maji Legend is his
mech.
favorite mech. That he would put that in number one somehow. He'd find a way to rig the vote.
Speaking of Maji Ranger, I required it on my ticket machine because I figured the show turns 20 minutes. I'm gonna try and watch it.
That is a good choice. Maji Ranger is fantastic. I finished it early last year. It's pretty good.
I'll try and commit to watching it. I know I'm like lazy these days with watching Toku, but I want to try and actually watch it.
Oh, that's fine. I think this one definitely will keep you what's the word? Captivated. Especially once you get to Maji Shine.
All right. So how did everyone vote again?
Deca Ranger.
You both Deca Ranger. I voted
Tabarino. Well, chat also went Deca Ranger Robo, which makes this one move on to the next round. Okay.
Can I have them both lose?
The thing is, I actually do like both of these. But I gotta give it to Maji King on this one. Like Maji King, like when you do the initial transformation, he just picks up that hat. It's like I got my wizard hat and robe.
I think it's just the PNG you're using, or the word that's here. Maji King, I'm voting for, but like, what the fuck?
Well, it's because obviously it's like you usually would see like the wings on him and shit, but you don't here.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going Maji King.
Yeah. Plus, you're right. When he does transform, he does do the hat tip, which is a nice touch. Like,
milady.
Like it's like it adds such like personality to it. Not that the Boken mech is bad at all. Although the problem is with Bokenger's mech, it's tied to strong memories of Overdrive for me.
Dai Boken. Thing is, I actually really like a lot of the robots that are in Bokenger.
Oh yeah, they're cool.
Definitely don't get a lot of love that they should, because they definitely feel like old school mecha anime mecha vibes in terms of the way that they got time, the way that they look at the very end of it.
Right, and it's also another mech with a drill for an arm. Oh, and the power up. Yeah, in one of the later forms.
But Maji King takes it for me.
Yeah. What was it? Adventure or something? Bokenger?
Man, what's the M stand for? Mighty Morphin?
No.
See, I think that's the problem. That's why Mighty Morphin keeps sticking around. They keep putting all these M's on here, just thinking about Mighty Morphin. Yeah. It's just odd. It's like you would think so many of these mechs would have the signature lightning bolt all over the place, but they for some reason don't have them.
Oh yeah, that's
when you buy the toy. For some reason, they have them.
I'm playing the Maji Ranger opening in my head, like the visual for the actual opening for the show. Every time I get to the mech part, that's what I'm playing right now. It's doing it for me. Mystic Force. I don't know what that is.
I see what the problem is. He has the M set for mini. He should reverse it so it's W for Wumbo.
That is the oldest thing I've heard you say in a long time.
That is not even like comparative to Mighty Morphin. Talking about Mighty Morphin, SpongeBob came out in '99. Good sir.
Yeah, but Mighty Morphin at least has something to do with Toku. Like you're talking like that Power Rangers is that. Sorry, that's SpongeBob.
But you do the reference though.
Yeah, of course. I'm old. I'm fucking old. What do you want from me?
This is actually 85% going Maji King. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Maji King can lose this one.
Oh, obviously, Geku Ranger is taking this one from me. I don't even give a shit about this fucking ugly ass thing on the side.
But it's Speedor. Look at that. That's Speedor over there on the side. Look at that.
Geku Ranger.
Look at that. Well. Look at that. Like the bird and the thing. And I'm not doing a good job enough of that. Yeah, it's Geku Ranger. Cool. This may be the first time it should be like 100% to 0.
I don't know. I think those that want to spite me with my dislike of BoonBoomger will be like, yeah, Engino's got this. Spite.
It's because you hate BoonBoomger. You do realize if we ever do a 6th bracket off, did we do a 6th bracket off? I don't think we did we?
No, we have not.
If we do a 6th bracket off, them Boom Boom Wings is going places. You know that, right? They're going places. Also, which wing would we use? I assume gold, right?
Oh, yes, we had to go with the kick hopper.
Or would we have to use both?
We got to go with Yaguruma. Kanzenchoa. Perfect harmony.
Yes.
Back when he played a good character.
Hey, he was a good character as one of the Hell Bros as well.
It's still a character in Kabuto.
Yeah, fantastic. Until the end.
These guys got these eyes like right stacked up on top of you. It's kind of weird because it's like I know like the top two they hook up, they get married, and then the bottom one is just like the third wheel. It's just like I'm just here enjoying the show, guys.
Yeah.
In hindsight, Engino is weird. It's a freaky mech.
Wait, the cars get married or the pilot?
Yeah, the cars get married.
Oh shit! The fuck?
Wait, the cars fuck?
Damn.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Nah.
No, I haven't seen Gorn.
They even have a kid. They have a kid together.
No, I've never even seen that.
When they show up when Speedor shows up in BoonBoomger, it's because they got to get prepped up for the wedding.
I missed that part. Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Damn.
Yeah.
Who's the kid? Who's the kid? Jesus Christ.
He shows up in Gokaiger.
Oh, is that the race one?
Yes. That's their kid.
I never had the context for that because I always skip that part.
How do I know this more than you? And I don't even like this show.
Because I don't like Gokaiger. Well, one, I don't like Gokaiger like that. Like, I think it's okay, but it's like I definitely skipped around.
See, while Geki Toja is just one mech putting his foot up the other mech's asses and then just wearing them as boots. That's kind of cool.
To be fair, what Geki Toja, that's painful what he's doing right there.
Look, considering that you hear the knuckle cracking sound effect when he gets in there, it's like, yes.
His feet is comfortably in there.
Yep. Well, not really. They're on his dick, but whatever.
Oh.
His knees bend upwards. That's even more painful. And then he docks in.
Oh, God.
And plus, while their eyes just look weird and goofy over here, one of these got cool red shades, looking like he's ready to go swimming.
I
don't think I have to make the case anymore because Geki Toja's got 86% of the vote.
I know technically
I had no need. I had no need to even make a case, but yeah, there it is.
I know, like I don't have to, but like the wolf leg when eventually that gets added just looks amazing. Like,
because you get the purple, blue, and then red symmetry. Like that's a good color coordination is just going right.
I know technically I can't count it, but yeah.
As much as I've been defending Ghost Sager, I gotta go with Shinkano on this one.
I'm Shinkano as well.
Yeah,
Ghost Sager.
That's good.
I'm gonna go Ghost Sager on this one. Fuck you, paper origami mechs.
All right, make your case. What's going on over there? They just blow heads. What you talking about? Their heads just blow out, and they they do things.
I like it. I like it over paper folding mechs.
But they go from folding mechs to animals to a full-on gatai.
I know. It's a beautiful concept of harmony and elegance and whatnot, but no.
But the way that he puts on like the headpiece, and you just see like the rope put in there, just like full on, like he's
about like a samurai wood.
Exactly. It's some good stuff on there.
Yeah, I always hated that.
You hate samurais?
Yeah, absolutely. Last Samurai was my favorite movie. My favorite part was when he became the last samurai. Because they were all dead.
So I take it Assassin's Creed Shadows is not in your pre-order list.
Oh, hell no. I ain't getting that shit.
Okay.
I ain't buying that. The fuck? Comments aside, no, I just feel like I gotta give some love to the Ghost Sager back. Like, come on, guys, I gotta do something here.
I feel that because of the hate that Ghost Sager gets in general, once again, unwarranted, completely unwarranted, that's not going to translate well in this. Like Shinkano's got the love and affection already there, and also just looking at the waist piece of what the fuck? There's nothing there. This is the most awkward like waist portion I've seen in a mech.
Oh no, I don't like this mech. I don't even care. I do not like this mech. I'm motivated because Ghost Sager gets so low.
I mean, it gets better things in the future, but this ain't it.
Yeah. Maybe Ghost Sager will win something when we go to like, I don't know, whether it be morphers or like, I don't know. Definitely not helmets.
Morphers? Once again, it's morpher is wedged between two good ones. We got Shodo phones, and we got the mobile rights, and then you got face, you insert card that
I'm not gonna
says
li-
everyone's favorite phrase, gotcha.
Great.
Go say great, you might say.
Well, what would Gosager win? Like the outfits are pretty good, but they're not. They're not better than Diary.
Once again, it's the show that's wedged between superior, even aesthetics. The only thing that I would say that's bar none, Gosager has better is just once again, like it has the best villain ever.
Oh, absolutely. He comes back.
Brennan is the greatest villain.
Am I allowed to say what he does that's actually really sick? No, wait, that's a spoiler.
Because that is a very major key plot point.
That's a massive spoiler, actually.
That is like the entire reason why this show is goated is because of that man.
Also, other thing that's pretty goated. I like Gosei Knight. He has a really good theme. Listen to it; it's really nice.
And watching that one episode of Megaforce with Robo Knight going, "What are those?" is probably one of the greatest things I've seen in all of 2024.
Oh, absolutely. There's no debate here.
Yeah, Shinkano takes it.
I don't even need to see the results.
All right, now we're back around. It's time.
Ready, go.
It's time to fight between the picks. Now it starts getting a little bit more difficult because we voted for these before. Now we got a fight between them.
I'm doing the Busters.
I'm doing Kyurujin.
All right, Gio, it's up to you.
I'm doing the Busters.
Yeah. Ooh, stop. Great. Now I've got Boo Stop stuck in my head. Great. Jesus Christ! I just realized how long this is gonna fucking take.
Thing is, going from thinking about like Kyoruger and then looking down at Ryusoja, it's like, man, these are really red heavy mechs. It's like everybody else is just like an afterthought going into these.
Well, yeah, and especially with to be fair to the 3 knights, when all 5 knights are there, it does look a lot better. But yeah, you're right. It's like every other mech is like an auxiliary mech to like the main red one.
Let's see here. Oh, I'm actually surprised so far because I thought that Kyoryu Jin would have actually gotten the audience vote thus far, but it's actually Go Bustero. I wonder if it's because the color monotony is like broken up within this one, and this looks like probably one of the most uniquest of the Gatais we have seen. That it kind of helps out in its favors. Yeah, 22 votes in, 68%. Go Bustero to Kyoryu Jin at 32%. Okay, there's no need. Go Busters. They ready? They going. Oh, do we need to have this one? Do we need y'all think we need to have this one? Because I kind of think Lupin Kaiser's easily Lupin Kaiser's easily taking this one, right? Do we even need this one?
No, we had this discussion. It was like whoever won that next fight was gonna lose to whoever was next.
I'm kind of curious though. I want this to be the first time. Actually, I think we got this one time before we actually had like a 0 vote on one side, but we'll see. We'll see.
Oh God. Morbid curiosity. I mean, we know that the Danori Taijin's moving on to the next round because it's going against Bundrio Bunderis.
All right, let's see. Let's see. While they're deciding on that, so that little mini-sode that we got with the little crossover thing between Decade, Legend, and Gokai Red and then Zen Kaiser was probably the funniest thing ever. Like they completely understood how
assignment.
Yes, completely. And also we see exactly how Zen Kaiser is not meshing with anybody else in the anniversary squad. He's too happy-go-lucky in comparison to things. My biggest gripe, and once again, I'm glad they knew, was why is Legend there? And there's even a point in which he says, I'm not even part of an anniversary. And I'm like, you fucking bitch. Y'all knew it.
But they made it official at the end.
Yeah. It's like they called it out. It was great. Where is he? Oh, well, clearly they just can't bring Sogo's actor back. I think didn't Sogo's actor actually like blow up afterwards?
Yeah, he did. He became huge.
That's usually how it goes. It's like if the actor becomes too big, then their agency's like, no, you can't come back for this shit.
Yep. I mean, we're never gonna get Kiva back.
Wait, who? Kiva? Oh.
Kiva's actor Wataru.
Okay.
Yep. And they
or Deno's actor back.
They only bring him back if he's possessed by Urotaros because they don't want him playing a wimp again.
Yes. Also, we'll only get probably like Wataru back if he's performing live on stage with Tetra Pak. That's about it.
And the thing is, it's like the same thing happened with 01 because he also blew up. He's not coming back.
Yeah, he absolutely went insane. Yeah.
And it's like he's the start of Reiwa. Yeah, we ain't seen that man back. Aruto's gonna stay in space.
Yeah, well, he came back down to become a pirate real quick, and then he went back.
But we ain't seeing him again.
But then again, we never thought Joe would come back, and because he was in like Godzilla -1, and he showed up in BoonBoomger.
Because he became friends with Taya's actor because they're both part of the same agency.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, that's part of the reason. That's also why they threw in the line when they were fighting each other, fighting with each other, going like, "I feel like I've met you somewhere before." Was supposed to call out to the fact that they actually know each other in real life.
Oh, okay.
Wow. 20% actually did vote for that ugly ass thing. I hate you all.
What's wrong with you?
Disgusting. I'm disappointed. All right, Real Soldier's taking this one for me. The pink's actually not out of place on this one.
It's Real Soldier for sure.
I forgot the name of this Real Soldier mech again already. Gotta look it up. There it is. Kishi Ryuo. God. Maybe one day I'll watch it.
You could just call it 3 Nights. You know that, right?
I refuse.
Okay.
Next time I'm just going to pick left and right. Just going to put left and right.
Oh, okay. What if chat doesn't know their left from their right?
Man, then that sucks. Then truly the American educational system, actually, whatever educational system that you're a part of has failed you. Man, I feel like this is the most Sakito's been in something in the entire time of this actor existing. Like, he's been here for 2 hours and 34 minutes, just out here living it up.
Just chilling.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We even talked to this guy at one point in time. Probably even more so than they did in BoonBoomger.
It really is a shame that he kind of did get just ignored and sidelined.
Like I said, like, that is a disappointment. Like, I feel for that actor. I mean, he probably, like, maybe doesn't watch the show retroactively, but he got to at least live out his dream. But it just sucks that he got the role that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 votes in. Yeah, Russo just moving on.
What do you want me to do with this?
I don't know. I'm looking at my toys over there, and I'm like, yeah, I've only got the dark version of one of these guys, and even I don't like it.
Can we just move it forward, please? The Oni Titan. We know it's gonna win. Also, got my friend to eat natto the other day. They threw up.
What?
Natto. Have you never had natto before?
That's that bean thing, right?
Yeah, fermented beans. It's very slimy.
I've never had it. I've always been curious about it.
Oh, it's absolutely disgusting if you are not, accustomed to it. If your palate has not had it before, yeah, because you're basically eating like fermented salty mucus.
All right, poll is Donald Titan versus Ash Ketchum in a truck.
The way you set up that poll to doom Donald Titan, you realize that, right?
I got to give him some brownie points.
I know someone somewhere is just gonna vote for it because they're gonna see Ash Ketchum in a truck.
Yeah, they're going to be like, oh man, that sounds like a cool idea. How's he driving? Isn't he 10?
He's 11 now, actually.
Yeah, still can't drive a truck. Maybe in Pokemon World. I mean, they do let these kids out into a wild environment with monsters that are wild.
All right. But real talk, Satoshi should be like 23, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if we go based off of when the show debuted, he should be older than me.
Yeah.
When the show came out, I wasn't 10, but he was 10.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy.
I'm
y'all excited for that new Digimon game? That new Digimon story game?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was probably one of the most hyped announcements from that State of Play.
For me, Liza P for sure. The new Onimusha.
I never played that. I didn't even know that was a thing until this.
I need to finish Liza P. I think it's still on Game Pass. I'll see if I can reinstall it.
Yeah, I can't wait for the DLC. Onimusha for sure. Like that looks really good. I can't wait to play that.
I mean, I'd load up Steam to buy it if it's on special, but my Steam won't upload because the Windows fucking update.
Shit. Oh yeah, you should a couple days ago on Steam. I think it was only $13. You should have got it.
Yeah.
I like how Bungerio got less votes.
I like a lot. There were some really exciting games that I was hyped for the State of Play, but I don't remember any of them. Is that bad?
I like how YouTube has this new AI chat, and it says like what the chat's really disappointed. It said after the stream ended, it says the AI is detecting that the chat is very upset because no Wolverine Kingdom Hearts was revealed.
Oh, I got to pick my children on this one.
Yeah, I'm picking
Mecha Ranger Robo just because of the light ups during the night fights. That's it. That's the only reason why.
I'm still gonna go with the Magi King.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Magi King.
Oh right, and the new Elden Ring game that's coming out. Was it Night Rain? I want to play that at some point.
I never beat Elden Ring.
Oh, it's fun.
I think I've messed up my stats, and I just felt like I might have overdone a few things. I don't know if I want to start again. I don't want to do that. But then again, I have to grind really hard if I want to reset all my stats, because I was using like the space katana sword that like shot energy.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I need to rebuild my build.
Fair. I've played Elden Ring to the point at this. I can beat that game without leveling up now.
Nice.
I really got addicted to it. And then the DLC happened, and then,
That's the thing, I never touched the DLC. That's the thing. I want to play Elden Ring.
It is hard. His balls.
Maybe if it comes to Steam, I'll get it, and then. But then again, I bought it on PS5 ages ago. I don't know. I have mixed feelings.
I just can't get into these Souls-like games, so
No, it's fine. I completely understand. It's not like a new thing. You know what I mean?
Like, I'll get into them and then I'll drop them. That's the thing.
See, that's what I'm saying. The thing is, with Lies of P, though, it has such a an actual overt story that I feel like you can continue to finish it. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to rely on your own intrigue to move on.
all right, how'd y'all vote? I know Cloudy was Maji King. Ash, where were you at?
I was Machi King.
All right, I think Decker Ranger Robo won because with 24 votes, Decker Ranger Robo got 58%, and I went Decker Ranger Robo.
Yeah, one.
Okay. Cool, and I hate everything right now
Why?
because I like both of these.
I'm going with the one with the martial arts.
You know, this is the crossover I wanted. I wanted Gekki Ranger and Shinkenger as Goanger just had to show up sandwiched in between. And I'm like, we could have gotten martial arts and samurai in a crossover. That would have been the coolest thing ever. But no, we got Goanger here in between. Another reason for me to hate Goanger.
You really hate that show, even though you haven't finished it.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. Look, I gave it a shot. I was watching it week to week.
You know what the worst thing is? I know for a fact you'd like the English version. I know you would like what do you call it?
But the thing is, I already know the plot twist of the English version because it's been spoiled to me at every Power Ranger panel I've been to since that show came out.
Yeah, you don't need to know the plot twist to enjoy the show. It's pretty good without it.
Okay, Gekki Toja. Shinkeno.
So, guys, in chat, what games came out of the state of play that you guys are interested in? I know a lot of people are into the new Monster Hunter game. I know that a lot of people are going to get.
Yeah, I'll be getting that on Steam. That's for sure.
I'll wait until Nintendo does their presser to find out if we get it on the Switch too. Because the one thing about Monster Hunter that I enjoy on the Nintendo platform side of things is because it's a very grindy game. It's just the fact that sometimes I could just take it out, do some quick missions. Yeah, I get, especially some of the ones where it's just collecting materials and stuff that I find monotonous at times. Well, I gotta get some dragon ore. All right, well, let me go
on the Switch. Rise on the Switch.
Yeah, just be doing that on the side when it's nonsensical. But yeah, doing it on the big screen when it's a chore and a half. No, I really feel it. But if I'm just taking it out and just doing it on the side, then it feels better. I'm going to go with Gekki Toja on this one strictly because of the sleekness factor. It feels like if you look at one versus the other, one looks sleeker than the other. It looks like it can move faster, and it definitely can. If this going based off of how the suit actors move in these suits, I know that one definitely moves a lot more agile than the other one. They got a little bit more freedom. So, which way are you going, Ash, on this one?
Oh, sorry. Gekki Ranger.
Okay, so we got 3 on the Gekki Ranger side.
Oh yeah, Lost Soul aside, that's one I'm also kind of interested in.
That's the anime looking one, right?
Yeah, that's the one with that looks like it would be
a Square Enix game. Yeah.
I literally was about to say it.
No, because I was doing the best thing ever while driving on a 3-hour drive on Wednesday when the state of play was going on. I was just I'm just gonna play this while I'm driving.
Yeah, no,
completely
I was
safe.
on the way to work. I was on the train watching it at work.
All right, so I think we beat the chat on this one. 22 votes in. Chat went 55% on Shinkeno, but all 3 of us went Gekki Toja.
Oh, absolutely, we would. That'd be enough.
Sorry, chat. Looks like Gekitoja's moving on. I gotta give it to Lupin Kaiser on this one.
Yeah, Lupin Kai's with me as well. It's got a Gatling gun. How can you not go wrong?
And a buzzsaw on the other side.
And a buzzsaw.
All right,
and a
I'm not gonna
buzzsaw.
lie. Just to be a contrarian, I'm gonna go with the Lupin.
What do you mean? We're all going with Lupin. What?
Yeah, I know what I said.
Okay. Well, that's a good design. It really just goes to show once again that when making this show, they cared way more about the Lupin Rangers than they cared about the Bat Rangers. Because even it comes down to their mech design as well. Like, one clearly got more love and care, and the other one could have just been a repaint of the Deca Ranger Robo, and we would have been like, that's fine. But they were like, nah, let's do this other thing. I also do like that the Lupin Kaiser's hat is literally the knob of a lock on a safe, and that's what makes it extra cool. Double symbolism. Let's see. Go Buster O 24 was 25, went down 24. Still 24 to 76. 17 votes in. 18 votes in. Someone is trying to revive Go Buster O from the dead. I don't think it's going to do y'all any good, because considering that nothing has surpassed anything like 24 or above, then it's got to go to Lupin Kaiser. You know, I like the sleekness of what they got going on in Real Soldier. I hate that I'm saying this, but I got to go Real Soldier on this one.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going Real Soldier.
If I'm going purely off aesthetics, that looks pretty cool.
All right, hold on. Let me give you a little argument, a little bit right here. So, I'm just gonna say, I know you love red, but the color diversity here on the Oni Taijino, like, come on, look at that. They've at least got a nice mix. It's not entirely red. Like, the only thing that's not red on this mech are like the feet, like the shoes itself, and then one arm is blue and one arm is pink. I don't even think the entire arm is pink and blue. I think there's red mixed in there as well. So it's like, at least there's some balance with the Oni Taijin.
Now, what does your heart tell you?
I'm voting for the Oni Taijin. That shit got sunglasses on it, bitch.
Yeah, but they have a night visor right above it. That's also cool.
They got sunglasses on that.
They're all wearing sunglasses.
Also, you've seen this thing enter a room. If we're talking about just strictly aura of what mech like enters a room, like,
look, I'll happily be wrong. I'm just looking at like how cool these two are compared to each other.
Don't get me wrong. If we're talking about
the thing is, I know nothing of Ryu Soldier in terms of how this guy moves or anything like that. Right?
Yes, you do. You've seen 2 episodes, right? This is the second episode.
Yeah, and I've also seen Dino Fury, but I didn't care about the Meg fights. Once again, this was a point in my life where I just didn't care about the Meg fights for any of these shows, so I just like skip.
Okay, so here's the thing. I love the way the mech moves in Ryu Soldier because it's, like I said, because of the sleekness, it actually moves very fluidly, and the fights are pretty good because of it. Which is, if I'm gonna have to like judge it on that point, the fighting between these two mechs, like the fights themselves that happen, it's gonna go to the Ryu Soldiers every time, because honestly, Dombros, they barely had any mech fights toward the end. They just one shot a lot of shit.
All right.
So, congrats! You've convinced me. I've switched my vote to the Riso 3 Knights.
I will only say, which one would fit in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure better?
The Oni Taijin.
Donoji Taijin.
Yeah, that would be my trying to do reverse psychology to go the Don Oni Taijin. Plus, look at the abs on that thing. You could like grate cheese on those abs.
Yes, you could. Also, it comes down like once the helmet comes on, and like it just pops down.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what was I trying to remember? There's something I was supposed to remember about the Hero Soldier mech. Oh, right. This is not about the mech. So if we do like a jingles, like with Henshin jingles like thing for a Sentai team, Real Soldier is winning for me. Like I don't think there's a better one than that one.
Henshin jingles?
Yeah, like the team, like the jingles for like the changers.
Listen, I made a whole persona based off of the Down Brothers jingles. I will take you to court in terms of which one's superior.
Have you listened to the Resoldier jingle?
Yes, but it's not better than Namburuko.
I don't think so. I disagree. Well, I mean, hey, listen, we can have technically this argument right now. They're both on the screen.
That's right. We are comparing the mechas.
Yes, we are. And strictly
all right. So what's everyone's final vote? I'm going down on Taijin.
I am going Kiryuja.
So here's the thing.
What? Real Soldier? What do you mean? I guess all dinosaurs look alike. I see how it is.
Sorry.
That's another point. I'm also going to go with the Dano Taiju.
Okay, chat went 88% down on the Taijin. So
listen, that mech did it for me. Okay, serious. It's gonna be the Geki one, the Geki. I gotta go with the Geki.
Knowing what they're gonna be going up against at the very end.
You want the best chance, right?
But the thing is, it's just like there's a uniqueness factor that the Decker Ranger Robo has.
Do you think it'll win?
I think it has a better shot.
You think?
Yes.
I don't.
Because it has more diversity in its color palette than what we got going on with Geki Ranger.
Diversity in his color palette? What do you mean? It's like mostly white.
Yeah, but it's got red light ups. And then, it's got one green foot, one black foot. Actually, that's blue. It's just because of you can barely tell that it's blue.
Exactly.
You got the yellow and the pink.
You can barely tell that the color separation on that shit. The other one, it's very overt. You got the orange on like the hands. I think is that orange? What the fuck? And then you got the yellow and blue. And then
look, once again, I like both of these a lot. But I think the biggest reason why I got to go to Decker Ranger Robo is when it has those night fights and it has those light ups. Really makes like that cool factor just come into play.
Yo, listen, I know everyone's probably going to go for Decker Ranger Robo, but listen, I'm going to have the last laugh anyway. It's going to lose to Oni Taijin. Whatever.
I'm gonna while you guys are thinking over, I'm going Geki Ranger. I just like the sleekness of the mech.
Oh no, I'm going Geki Ranger as well. It's just I know Zio's going on the Deca Robo. I just
look, it's the light ups, and also like that Decker Ranger, like the sound of their sirens is just like ingrained in my head. I just see the light ups, I hear the sound.
SPD, same thing for me. It's just if I had to choose which one of these mechs I'd like to see fight more often, it's definitely gonna be the one with Geki Ranger in it.
Well, yeah, because of course you're gonna have the martial arts based like stuff going on there.
Exactly, it was made to fight and move. Like the other one is technically made to dodge, roll, and shoot behind buildings.
Yeah, because he's police.
He's a cop. Yes, I know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't make for that many entertaining fights. I'm not gonna lie.
I will say that chat is back and forth on which one.
Well,
So I do think with both of y'all going Geki Toja, if it does end up being like as split as it is, yeah, you guys move on.
I just hope it's not another 50-50 situation here.
I will give it till the 22nd vote. We're at 21 votes. Just to see if it moves. Is anyone going to vote? No one's going to vote. You're just going to let it stand. Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Oh, there's 22 votes. And it's gone. And it's back. And it's a 50-50. So Geki Toja wins because both of you.
Okay.
All right. I gotta go down on Taijin. Yeah.
Taijin. What's on the other side waiting for this face off? I forgot.
I don't remember.
Reno.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, Mark's not here to rig the Die Ranger vote, so.
It's like cool hat versus cool glasses. And also there's way more going on with the Donnie Taijin than Lupin Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to give it that much on there. Plus he's got abs. He's got abs. And right now, yes, it is skewing down on Taijin in terms of the chat, 72% currently. 18 votes in. We might actually get out of here at a reasonable time. But does he have a buzzsaw? He does not have a buzzsaw, but he has two swords.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but we know that since the God tie is literally just them on each other, which is hilarious. He has small size and large size. So, AK, if they were to have a soccer match with the Down on Taijin, they wouldn't have to do the stupid thing that they did in BoonBoomger. Still mad about that soccer episode, by the way, but still. Plus, there's more color coordination.
Another thing about the Oni Taijin that I really like, it actually has like a normal size feature to it. Like, yeah, you're right. That is something that should be acknowledged. That thing can sit down like a normal person in a table.
Because it's literally just them all hooked up together.
Yeah.
And then they go big.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's going to be another win for it.
All right. Down on Taijin moves on to the semifinals. You know, this is actually one of the final matchups that I was thinking of last week. I felt that it was probably going to go somewhere around this route.
Yeah, and I'm going to go for the Oni Taijin. So,
no, I'm going Oni Taijin.
I'm going Oni Taijin as well. Let's go.
Chat, do we have to vote, or can we send the Peach Boy to the dinosaurs?
We'll give him a fair shake. Plus, look, this isn't a power scaling one, but if this was a power scaling one, Down on Taijin wins. Out of everybody here. If this was completely just going based off of power scaling, Down on Taijin wins. But we're not. We're going based off cool factor. Look, yeah, Geki can kick and do martial arts, but they can counteract that with the power of the Goofy. Like, they'll find some sort of shenanigans. Plus, this literally is Don Momo, the most broken red Sentai to ever red Sentai in Mecha form. He literally just said, oh, cool, you got an upgrade, I'm going to go gold as well. And then just go. He pulled a cooler to Golden Frieza. Like, He could just do that. Y'all know anybody else that could do that? I don't think so. Don't think so. Zenkaiger's not stronger than Donna. Come on now. Nope.
All right, so here's the thing I want to say, like, guys, say in alternate universe, right? King Oger beat Odi Taijin because I feel like that was Odi Taijin's like closest match. Do you think Odi Taijin would be, King Oger would be here fighting the Geki Mecha?
Let's see. It would have fought against the Ryu Soldier mech. And that would have been like a battle of sleekness. And I think I also would have been divided on that one and probably would have gone Ryu Soldier. But I think chat would have gone King Oger.
Yeah. Just a thought.
Okay, so we got 23 votes, more than the last couple ones, which did go Don Oni Taijin. And here it is for all the marbles.
King Oger?
Don Oni Taijin.
Don Oni Taijin.
Yeah, Don Oni Taijin. What do you fuck? Look at the other thing on the other side. What is that creature?
It's cool. What are you talking about? That's a cool looking mech.
What is a hideous abomination? The fuck? Oh god. That's when you're hyping? That's when you're hyping?
It's not. No, look, we were going like classic Sentai versus modern Sentai.
That was the best classic had to offer?
No, like to be fair, I was actually fighting so hard for O-Ranger's mech because that is one of my favorite.
That's amazing.
That's one of my favorite, but Mark was out here like he completely like shat on it. He shat on it so hard.
It was amazing.
He shat on it so hard. Like that is like one of my top 5 mechs is the O-Ranger mech.
The Car Ranger mech would have probably done better here. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, Mark did rig the votes. I will say that
because he wanted Die Ranger to win again, just like the suit battle that we had.
Listen, Die Ranger does many things great: story, music, helmets, suit, design. But this ain't one of them.
Like, yeah, this went head to head with O-Ranger, and I was like, nah, we got to go O-Ranger on this one. But Chat and Mark skewed the votes. And put that Ranger through.
Sorry, when I was expecting him to come here on the other side and see something like mind blowing, like boggling, right? And then I'm just like, what? Okay.
Yeah, because at the very end, it was Dyreno versus the Battle Fever Robo.
Yeah,
that was the finale of last week.
The fuck?
Yeah, Mark was skewing the votes. I don't.
How did that happen? I'm gonna rewatch. I'm gonna watch the VOD. I need to know what happened.
The thing is, I was fighting a lot for the Battle Fever Robo just because it is a very it's the first of its kind, but it's still very unique in terms of mecha design in comparison to everything else that came after it. It is essentially the first sleek robot design that we got because everything else became very boxy or very busy. And they literally, the cockpit is the cock.
Yes. Oh, so look at this thing. This is bulky. It's boxy. It's got good, relatively decent color separation here, except for the one leg.
And to be fair, come on, we know that the combination with one tiger is much better, right? Like,
yeah,
that's a much better gatai.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like that's not even in the realm of discussion here, but still, what is that? How did that get here? Is my question. How did that beat Car Ranger and O-Ranger? Tell me that.
Mark rigged the vote.
Okay. Yep. It beat Gal Ranger, and I was also
Gal Ranger?
Like, yeah, it beat Gal Ranger.
The fuck? Okay.
Yeah, so the thing is just like, yeah, it went up against the O-Ranger, beat it. Then it went up against Jetman, beat it. I mean, it's understandable in some aspects, but that was a really hard one for me. And then it went up against Power Ranger and beat it.
What?
This is like
beat the Power Ranger.
This is the one tier list I kind of wish you were a part of, Cloudy, because you would have been able to. I'm
not even gonna lie. If Gal Ranger's mech was here fighting the Dano Taijin, I would be in shambles right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark decided to take a personal day today, so that's why he's not here.
Well,
and
guys,
we got the substitute.
Even though Oni Taijin won, which I guess maybe I'm.
Look, we got 24 votes in. 58% went down Oni Taijin. I think it's safe to shut it down.
So, guys, even though Oni Taijin won here, I feel like because I wasn't here last time and I missed something, apparently some horrible string of events.
Well, this is what happens when either you or Mark ends up missing a stream, especially when we're in the middle of a bracket fight, because I feel like this is not the first time this has happened. And I think one of the previous bracket fights, one missed the other one, and another one showed up for the other one as well.
Well, to be fair, we had a bracket fight where we were both here, and then somehow, it was the red fashion drip, somehow Connor made it to the finals. Oh, sorry. Okay. What's his name? Connor.
You're talking about how we ended up with Kotaro Minami winning the Sentai drip off, or was it a different one?
Yes, that is.
Yeah, we had a common right.
Win the
Sentai
win. It's like, what the fuck?
All right, there we go.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish I was here last week. Fuck this now.
Yeah, I kind of wish you was there last week as well.
Well, that's the thing about bracket fights. It's usually a bloodbath.
What do you mean bloodbath? I didn't even get to see. There were so many mechs on the other side that are beating that shit. What do you mean?
But the thing is, just like, it's the power of persuasion. You gotta persuade the chat.
Yeah,
Chat,
and
you did this,
and you weren't here to persuade.
Chat, you did this while I was gone. Shame on you.
I said this was going to happen.
God, I'm so happy you waited till the end so I could see the competition. I didn't even know that was what it was going to be. I was just like, oh, okay. Damn. Also, Gem, what do you mean just why? If it was your way, TokuTonic mech would be in the final. Would be the winner right now.
Look, I would have been in shambles if it was like the O Ranger mech in like the finale as well. Like that's a good one.
Like I said, O Ranger, Car Ranger, Gal Ranger.
You can keep your Car Ranger. I'm not feeling that one.
Turbo Ranger. I like that mech. It's pretty good.
But we did it. That's another bracket fight that definitely is going to leave people divided, like every bracket fight.
I'm upset not about the winner, but about who he went up against.
He really was just trying to get Die Ranger up there at the finales again and have poetic justice for having Die Ranger win 2 bracket offs.
All right, Die Ranger opening, yes, untouchable. Die Ranger's opening is untouchable. You can't even get better than that. Helmet's fantastic. The suit design absolutely amazing. Mech, I mean, we're not including the tiger, so yeah.
That's when we have to have a 6th Mecha bracket fight, especially since it won't be this large.
Oh yeah, I'd be fine
obviously
with that. We won't be for hours.
General story, amazing. As far as Die Ranger is concerned. Oh, and 6th Ranger, amazing. Technically, unfortunately, a little too iconic because a lot of people are going to keep thinking of the White Ranger in Power Rangers when they see it.
Yes.
Still, guys, congrats. We had another unsuccessful.
And look, you can't blame it just completely on Mark because it was literally chat also. Chat did vote
blaming Mark.
Direto last week. Like, we can't even pit it all on Mark because chat.
I think we can. We can find a way.
If it wasn't for chat also going that direction, then things would have ended up differently. But you see, y'all out here,
I'm blaming a combination.
The wrong side of history and the wrong side of history.
Mark, when I see you next week, or if one of us is not here next week, we're having words.
Guess we'll find out. I mean, it's the Goes User premiere is the next one, so
Yeah.
I'm
better show up.
I will be there.
That's major talking point. But yes, we have definitely crossed the 3-hour mark. We have now crossed over to the next day here in the East Coast. Well, Ash has been living in it for a while already.
Yes, Valentine's Day is officially over, and I'm officially pissed off.
Huh? Why?
What do you not just see what I saw?
We ruined
That-
Valentine's Day for Cloudy by showing him that list.
Oh, no, I actually had a very nice Valentine's Day, but that's beside the point.
Okay.
That list was terrible at the end there.
I mean, I think on the other side we did all right.
Oh no, on the other side, I think that was fine. I mean, obviously there was got to be some Dombo's bias in there, but I think that was in a really good match. That was definitely a very good match. That went up in the final.
And I think it's since the order was in release order, it literally became old school versus new school,
Yes.
as opposed to it just being a randomly selected list.
You saw my reaction when I saw what old school had to represent. I was like, "What is that thing?" Get that off the
Look,
screen.
honestly, if it were me, besides old school versus new school on the brackets, I literally would have had people ranking every single one of these mechs from best to worst, so we can seed them in the correct order.
Yeah, and then that would have been more interesting. We probably would have.
Yeah, that would have been a bigger bloodbath, at least from like the next round perspective.
Yeah.
But no, we went chronological. But yeah, it is what it is.
Christ. That's
So,
gonna be, I hope someone clips that. My reaction to that was like, "What is that thing?" Oh.
I mean, there was better mechs. There was better mechs. As much as I really like Die Ranger, there was better mechs.
Oh,
There
there
was-
absolutely are.
There was better
Even
mechs.
in its own show, there's a better mech.
Yes. Not all shows get that right, but yes, that is there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So, anything else to add before we're out of here? Because I gotta make my midnight snack and then prep up for my long recording day tomorrow of two
yeah.
videos. So,
I've got a lot to record as well if I get around to it tonight.
oh yeah, but I gotta write that down before I forget it. I gotta throw in that bit of someone
Oh,
driving through Rainbow Road and hitting traffic with the Yaru cars. I gotta put that down before I
felt
forget.
that. I very much felt that. She's like, dude, I get so much traffic on my way to work. I'm just like, if there were a bunch of Yaru cars just stopped in Rainbow Road, I'd be like, the fuck?
Yeah, that's not something I have in my script. I'm gonna have to plan that one out a little bit more to get that one down packed. But I don't think it will be too difficult to edit 6 hours later.
That makes it into the final thing. I'm going to stamp it. I can't wait the timestamp and be like, that's a great idea.
Yes, great idea. Proceeds and I add an extra 3 hours on his editing time.
People asking about Wild Deno. As opposed to ending a storyline, I decided to give a backstory to a storyline. Just like BoonBoomger decided to suddenly do with a lot of its characters. Hey, I know we're about to die, but let's give you their backstory and let you know why they are who they are.
Damn.
I'm going to do the same thing with Wild Deno.
Oh, great. Wait a second. Wild Deno. Who's after Wild Deno again?
Dino Decade.
All right, Dino Decade. Oh, that makes perfect. That's great because we're going into an anniversary scene.
I know it's almost like I don't know. In hindsight, a lot of these matchups are just lining up well with the shows.
Yeah.
Like that, it's so
I know.
ironic. But I'm like, they are indeed lining up. It's weird.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm just like, wow. It's almost like I have foresight. I wish, because then I gotta invest in some different stocks. so I can get that proper insider trading.
But yeah, that kind of works out perfectly. Dino Decade for an anniversary scene. Jesus.
For Goes User, yep.
Yeah.
That is definitely in the mix. But yeah, tomorrow I will be recording both BoonBoomger and Gavu catch-up videos. Like I said, everything's been written out on them, and now I just got to come up with that bit for that traffic thing, and then get that all rocking and rolling. The recap portions for both of those will definitely not be as extensive as my usual catch-ups, because I'm not trying to die out here with some of these catch-ups, and just literally just crank it out just to catch up myself on these things, so I can go back to doing weeklies and not focus so extensively on these catch-ups. So yes, content is indeed coming outside of live streams. So just wait for it.
Yeah.
But yes, Ash, you're also working on content. What content you got coming out?
Yeah. So I'll probably be recording my review for Power Rangers Prime Issue 4, because I've got the solicitation, so I get to read it early, which takes a lot less out of my day to record it early, because I'm on the late shifts for work this week, so helps out a lot. So yeah, expect that on the 19th. I'll do my Go Juja video for episode 1. You know, my finger will be a PNG me talking probably, because don't like seeing the camera, I'll get distracted. But there's that as well. And then the week after, I'll have Radiant Black issue 31 out, review out for that. So yeah.
Nice. Real quick, Cloudy, what VTuber program do you use? Because we're approaching our 100th thing, and we kind of set up this thing where we got to be VTuber models, and I think we're better off trying to rig things up ahead of time than trying to do it the day of.
You can use Magic Mirror. There's a few others I can recommend to you.
I thought we were going to do the 100 episode in VR chat.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and
set that up.
even try to do that.
Christ. I also will debut or trying to debut another VTuber during that. Perhaps. Yeah, maybe involving someone that we know. Hello.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, Mark.
Come on, don't give it away. Fuck.
I don't know. It could have been something else. It could have been a giant pickle that you just put Mark's face on. You know, like the peanut butter jelly banana. Just do a pickle Rick, but then just put pickle Mark.
So I superimpose Mark's face onto a pickle, and then I just need 2 frames of Mark with one of his mouths open and then closed. And then
yes.
All right, perfect. I can do that.
Yeah, he's got plenty of videos out there.
Excellent.
Wait, when is episode 100 next week?
No. We're this is 94, so we got 6 weeks.
All right. Okay.
So we got
time to prep. I'm just trying. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that we get this set up and prepped up, because I know you can't just make a VTuber model overnight.
No.
Yeah.
Do you have OBS?
I have OBS. Yes. You'll probably have to send me. You'll probably have to send me what you use.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I got a couple things I could help you guys with. Question though, you don't use OBS while you're recording this, right?
I don't use OBS for this. No, this is literally the same thing that you guys log into to view is the exact same thing.
Oh, okay, then perfect. Then
I just have control over it. So
yeah, the other thing is that you need OBS to work as a virtual camera. That's why.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
And anything else before we're out of here?
Go
check out a nerd named Mark. He's out there doing things.
Yes, Mark Pickles, toys, candy toys.
And if you're on tokullectibles and you're making some purchases, make sure to use Zio Agito, one word, at checkout.
Weapons and whatnot, swords. Yeah.
Not the Oja Caliber 0 or the regular Oja Caliber. Fuck that thing. Yes, absolutely.
Also,
we're out of here just as Ash leaves out as well. So with that,
bye.
All right. Bye.